Certainly not where I wish to be. I'm not where I dream of getting to. But where I used to be, I'm no longer there. That lifestyle of lies, that lifestyle of womanizing, that lifestyle of not being consistent, that lifestyle of having a double-minded life, that lifestyle of inconsistency, that lifestyle of the lack of faith, that lifestyle where my relationship with my maker was so terrible. I'm not there anymore. Where I want to be is where consistently I can hear that shrill voice of God speaking into my ears, and I hear him loud and clear, as much as he may sound very, very low. I want to be where every day I'm happy to fellowship with my maker. I want to be where every day I find myself in his presence. I want to be where every day before I take a step, his voice would lead me. I want to be where I can see his glory every blessed morning when I wake up. I want to be where I remember where he picked me from and where he's taking me to. I want to be where I wake up in the morning and say, you are my King, my Lord, my Redeemer, my Maker, my Shield. That's where I want to be. But I'm not there yet. But I'm not giving up. But I have not lost hope. I am confident I will get there. But until then, I am satisfied where I am, and I'm standing firm in the Lord and in the belief that he will guide me there. And I pray some more about a Happy Morning Show. So live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Yedi age medina shasia na ye kaka who said ACP retired Victor Tando at the road city tidbits na every we are Bejimbe the headlines of the newspapers not at so yedi in social media trends and so ebeka abroman for you and just post update kakra. Yebedi nkomo afa ensem bebre ehom and Kuma and I shall see say, is there a silent reintroduction of the criminal libel law? And I did Hong Kong. You didn't come up for about the educational sector. UTAC and what ends and some and one year Bisasani Bianum and a Montuno acquisition. And not really a buy our court. I check it said UTAC for Mustrike now more, you know, and Kusiaga Munjai Monko negotiation table. Na money the Ministry of Education, the amicable way of resolving your problems. And I pray yedi ADHA na yedi and several other issues which may come up this morning that we may discuss. Your thoughts, your views, your comments will be very much factored into our production this morning. That's to say, you may be a phone line, it's not to Amwafre, your WhatsApp line, your Facebook call, no, our handle, no, a Happy 989 FM, and I say ETV Ghana. We need also, Wabra, you need ACP, they couldn't come away. And may I also say, any ACP retired Victor Tando Edinkumo, not the road, city tidbits, na ebe ACP and offensive Mokava.
Major Solution.
A simple book or dear.
You mean, Teddy and Boss, Patrick.
You, and I paid you, you're down.
You're Midwestern, make for more happy FM. And you make us about Mabon Basso. I want Basso. And Mocassa, Moni and Bibiano, Ocean so. Then for being to help BM. I mean, Cosson come on, don't Cosson team name so interim. A chief for motive media and a pay Mamuna, Mama Chia, the shade mobile media cases so. Oh, Happy FM 98.9. And a pay any idea and boss, Sammy Sean and a tea a jomo. O my bonny children, any bene, Justice Nati, Sifadankwa, Isaac, Ade, Raymond Yamado, Eura, Fatisha Ibu, Ali, Pastor Thomas. Director Kwame Dempsey. Obisa for Ediana so near the Mama Party and your song with him. You'll be an Indian saint, Edian say, Mr. Mommy and Kai who say, I don't be. As I don't dear. You know, the type of for few moments. You know, and check here one of the insanity and one of pay to by his grace. So we are alive. I not to Malaqua, not to Alaqua. I mean, champagne for answer penny denture only until about was more sukra and dance man. As I read report this morning, but I take media Japan and make us on Cameron Shram. Penny Aubrey or Mensa Sabaho Legon, senior Twitter's office. Penny also you may dear utie papa, Yamin Cossin Shilong, Cossin Shilong. Penny obeying Kano now Central University, Mochi. And Udro Quatin, or Provincial Bank, also Mochi. Or area, or here over transport, one of them for the mutis maybe Yamin Cosara and come on. And bright anybody, bright. Nana wouldn't Oscar, Odin, happy birthday, and then also happy birthday, Edrosune. Bright, Yamin Cow, happy wedding fee, and so on, Yamin Shroud, on count. No, you mammy in a penny pap, penny cassia, Yamin Cow. And watch your papa, Abrawam, the Miss Honest, penny court, Minamo, Bubuasio, Michette Minala. The first master holding no mean say who said nay, any echo. The sheer consoa, a becon saying, any year pansua, yaban saying. It was for Ninty a crown so any union. If any year, if any year, no may be a year, a bravo, some money in a can be. And then a crown so intimate to and my crack. And other make a motor once. Oh, for anybody, or my friend, or my dream. And call for the yow, papa, oh, motor and on. That meant ya, my Mary, Mary Ukone, Chief America, Accra Welfare Officer. And Mary, where's my war, Fire Service Office? I mean, so praise you one before Chief Inspector. Yami Inshlau, Yamin Cross Inshlau, and you can see. Motorway assembly and no kind, Coffo Dimoyao, Coffo being the Omudima Bobu. Almost has a damn pan and penny for bit me a year found. Since a baby on more, all the a canon frail animal husbandry, joint and so on. Committee 18 from one. Oh, motorway and so many that. On a trot beginner, near day, then Coffo 80 make a term if you know her ever for trot or her. And can't any oh, you send a motor when it here. You send a motor when it here. Any you send a driver for be a true machine or motor when so. I heard a homo bro be any quan so. A homo bro, then any quan so. And some way across on, saying some 12 coffee, and they be on the two that. And I'm out for your embassy showing you, papa. Call one embassy showing you. And let's say Kofa will be the Nico work of Macacra. You will not have my class of him. It's a simple for pass or Muntu of 9. She said, Pearl Macuma, dear. I say, yes, and that one here begins and not quite, and yet, Reckoning the Pabbe said, and Yemika in the Omugu Bobby Bray. It's in penny phone 2-1 among the Hoka Cran young figure. Your best one, yes, as yes, what. Ahmeti almost a trim horn near Diano. Miss Ray, any petrol be an idea say, oh, me hoha, oh, me a guy, oh, kind of fit you never. On a motorway, no sooner all by speed or day ban, won't mean Castle winning that, Debbie. Oh, but you're preoccupied. If you're so much chess, a lot of coin, or my tabasco, so it is chess a lot of coin, or my tamoto, so it is chess a lot of coin, a cadafui. Or can we do analysis what done or a copper passenger for me? Esremo, and depend qua, a here seen be Biara. Depend qua here seen be Biara. One qua, what? It's a moment so young also. I was able to way on mono. Yin and vampire bo and tamping 40. So, Becqua coffee. No mania a new year, or mania a new year. Omnia new year, I'm gives a bit of a boy, and yet, uncle. Would the baby do to circle from her more? Also, the same. I'm for any motorways. I'm near motorway, a speed road, and yes, slow moving vehicles and Kwan and Namo, Casa Papa, or Muyi Pentamon, or not, the door never. And it is all Bessia, and Libresso and Odeco. And two Casa would do one work a crappy. I hear na akofo how be brave. Na akofo how be brave na diaba. Ukraine car bowa ya papa so don't pay mobu bob na down there say oko yes one ko no bu na mu a obu na mu a e dey na besi insurance same time na obenya e betimi do na na sa bra obi yes mu ho nuan mu ibia ka mu lo mu ni komo on be kan yo o ma mani ho atiro mu yen fi ho su yo lor kwan so igisi ene say be penny for say wrong so enye so efamu die so yon famu die ani nyina no ebeboa ema akwanhia esisi motowe ene hela woda motowe nso ase okọ no nyina ano betumi abrase ede aman bese so dum faje enke ho ene oyogefo no boso mne da toso edu ensia edan nke ho no nyenyi nie edan nke ho no nyenyi fo han bo ne musuo biam duma pebiere sie mu biani so na edan man nye atom ni nchira enfaman.
As you can pay with us for a road safety tidbit or the Abre Ojumedian. So some of the better so now the headlines of the newspapers no Abre Adofo nyina. As you say, yedi the Obokrata na etifisem no Abre Adofo anope Ojumedian so etwegu ewo nisim 95.9 FM union mom watermale Bogatanga na Vrongo Savlugu na Lugu any all other places in nyina no wo 80 ewo nisim 95.9 and 100.1 amafo nyina so betimi follow online oko Facebook and or ETV Ghana and I say happy 989 FM o follow no now share link no now comment it now like it na yensus no ya acknowledge o comment out the MI ni nyina no efa eno ma be discuss ya no pay Ojumedie no eso many fati shaiboli ena wa ha Remo Nyamado enso elmenchen and pay Ojumedie no ebre omanfore. Good morning.
Good morning, Simon.
Bibia de din.
Nyamiado.
Ede Fati. Good morning.
Good morning, Simon.
Bibia ede
Kremu kakra.
What's it?
I'm presenting
Na opeso bisa masem.
and I will preach now the Bible. Personal and
Oh, say as the Lord calls me. And I'm de nyame asem ne ma adofo.
no, because question back on the note by
What you say? Questions in this say.
Mumbi say first no. Now you humanize and assist our sister.
And a second one is there.
Na second one, almost first no you're liar, na sister no. Who can look at no.
Oh, well. Nipa ni di bim say obi bisa. But we say me kasa sana. Aya na me kasa emma me ho. Me kasa emma adofo mu etie. And he said, "Now who was at be anymore, and as I was at be anymore." Me too for say, "Jai."
Okay, say. Na me baby am wo first na me ni hobio. First na me chantro sisi am chantro bio. First na me humanizer me humanizer.
Eya na ti. O person ya ni se formal o de ni bia na say.
Baby say na o kan na me treo no.
Baby, they may patch and say, if I'm speaking like that, I am putting myself in the shoes of my viewers and my listeners. That if I used to be like that, by God's grace, I moved out of it. But in Tron and Amicha, but womanizing the be and count. Since you see, I know him say, following the footsteps now. The stone that the builders rejected has now become the what? The cornerstone. And the people said, Amen, because they don't understand. Amen. You, brother, young Kwe.
Chronicle and OPC. Withdrawal of military attachment. Togbika Bagbin tiptoes to Upper West Thieves for Saka. We and a big story our front page of the Chronicle. UTAC ordered back to the lecture halls. Using oil find to enhance citizens' welfare remains robust. President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and this assembly about we and the stories our front page of the Chronicle.
The new crusading guide. Occupy Ghana wades into e-levy crosshair. Proposes 3 strict conditions for implementation. Government advised to check tax payment revenue inflows through centralized database system. Dr. Frank J's company pays 2 million cedis license fees to operate Lotto to NLA. Coalition drags 14 state agencies to the dock for illegally rolling out COVID-19 vaccination. Guyana must bring oil resources to production quickly. President Akufo-Addo and Ekasa Assembly. So and other stories are the benefits of green pepper for skin, hair, and health. Liberia marks 200-year anniversary amid economic challenges. And so and youth in afforestation workers to be paid by end of week. Forestry Commission and Eka and Tidibiano. I just said, yeah, agitate answer.
Well, front page of the Daily Graphic and pay. Go back to lecture theatres. Court orders UTAG. EU votes €203 for 3 programs. At the end, that's a confusion me. This time.
Euro.
Yeah, and a pound. Now I'm lost. Everyone help me.
I know. Euros.
Sometimes I confuse me. Well, Vice President opens 3,000 free online courses. Bleaching among pupils worrying. That's according to Minister. Bank of Ghana Lord Otunfo for role in economic development. And no, Liberia marks 200-year anniversary amid economic challenges. Ethiopia Parliament votes to lift state of emergency early. And also, Omanfo Ebitumi Edi Womani Ediache UTAG must heed court directive. And also, Omanfo Bitmakin German Chancellor mediate between Ukraine and Russia. US Democrats failed to make use of its power. And also, Omanfo Bitmakin Bank of Ghana law to Otunfo for role in economic development. And no Omanfo Bitmakin Daily Graphic and pay. One more infantry honor. One more day a year, a beat to Homanina, a send a bit may explore the central region. And Nina, a 26th of March. And some Omanfo. Every to me, Eddie Omani, Eddie early reporting key to survival of childhood cancer, and also our honoma, Omanfo Bitumi, Akinkai ABA. Politicians must build bridges. Most Reverend Argenta, NPP elections put party above personal interests. Hackman Owusu-Adjumah and Ekasa. MPs must play key role in development. Honorable Blakwa and Ekasa police detain Abonye over false news due in court today. And also Omanfo Bitumi Akinkai ABA. Former President Mahama, the lawyer for raising any content about Abonye's statement,
I haven't heard or seen any.
Okay. Wow. GTA marks National Chocolate Week and treats Ghanaians to patronize cocoa products. And Germany supports Ghana to become vaccine manufacturing hub. Ambassador Enna Ekasa build new tower at Kotoka Airport. Minister directs GCAA board. And JICA enhances capacity of electrical engineers in sub-region. We end the stories on the Daily Graphic.
Ghanaian Times and OPC. Strike by lecturers. Go back to classroom. Court orders UTAG. Our agenda is better conditions of service for teachers. New NAT executives and Omodisa Assembly Atuja. Asin North MP granted 100,000 Ghana cedi bail. Residents of 3 communities commend IGP for fight against land guards. Elimination of schools under trees. 17 new schools completed under Valco Fund 0 schools under trees project. Also our paper no say bring all international contracts to Parliament for ratification. Speaker, top Nigerian policeman held amid drug cartel claim. Nigerian policeman we also a top cop.
Yeah.
Ononkwa you see hash papi by on any movement. Ononkwa I say drug cartel in Sensem. He was handing over £45,400 to Obisa Ombwana on siphon in a cocaine hall. In a story at the Abba Kiari. Say 2016 and President Buhari a man a medal because now obone hu modern pa ba sisi ane de sika se no
yeah sika kuria
GCAA board tasked to ensure construction of new airport traffic tower. Stop encroachment on Tamale affordable housing project land. Asenso Boache to NRCC. Na Otaso Ewa paper number and the speaker must be present for crucial decisions. Former clerk. Ablakwa urges parliamentary ratification of e-passports. Nina ANSEMA paper na diaba Greater Accra region, Eastern region are fixed with 14,287 energy efficient street lights. Nina ANSEMA paper no diaba court grants 150 million Ghana cedi bail to Mantel MD over tax evasion. Apiati community receives donation from Echo House. Police to embark on mass burial of 300 unclaimed bodies. Nina ANSEMA Ghanaian Times at the Abano say Poultry Farmers Association decries shortage of maize, urges government to reduce exportation to neighboring countries. And also a sema paper na diaba na my final story I'm from Ghanaian Times and no FNP on say NPA police to check illegal petroleum trade. Then you know air stories and pay offer the Ghanaian Times I'll bet to me akai.
The Inquisitor, scary moment, Maslock in distress. In Century lies about Dr. Prempeh. Sosu fires back at GBA. Bust board gags workers. SASO and our Energy Commission school stakeholders on draft renewable energy regulations. And no ewo honum. SASO and a Mahama willing to engage government on reviving economy. Ofosu Ampofo and a Eka. Media stakeholders must push for reform of criminal code. Professor Kakarine Kaye. Expect more arrest if comprehensive framework for media isn't developed. NMC boss. Paragliding road will be completed before Kwewu Easter. Contractor assures. Eastern Region Honoma. So CT scan at Regional Hospital breaks down for over a year. Patient frustrated. I did not resign from SIGA. My contract was not revealed. Asabi reveals. And no ewo hodom so and I will summon foreign affairs and transport ministers over e-passport initiative. Okujato Ablakwa and Eka Sa Assembly. Cocaine trafficking syndicate of Ghanaian origin arrested, jailed in UK. Raymond the call for them for the Eguhano. We nina ewo the Inquisitor. Yes, yeah. Favorite people.
Well, Yemfa Daily Statesman enters on a pay Abonye for court today over Mahama coup claim. And battled NEC gets 100,000 Ghana cedis bail. Highway dualization projects on course. Work begins on 4 Accra Kumasi Road bypasses in April. And we stories are Daily Statesman Eddie Abraham.
Republic Press and OPC. Abronya in police grips over coup claims against Mahama. UTAG suffers setback as court places injunction on strike. Boga MP in court, alas, granted 100,000 Ghana cedi bail. Man in court for concealing weed in ceiling and fridge. And a couple remanded over alleged murder of daughter. Apiati explosion. Male victims complain of sexual weakness. Psychologists and all this system not to draw. So explosion to me affect you almost. Man who say more access to husbands.
Yes. Some more access to
men who so more weak.
Some more access who say
there be a more.
You're more access.
Baba be a sorry, I know pa. Okay.
Until no,
until we answer Mushia.
And the maximum bet your compensation.
Hey, now, funding acquisition.
Yeah, go so, JJ.
5 million Biakoto. And 5
million. Say first 1 million. No, say 1 million. The baby, ya can ya spread the amount.
5
million there.
5 million no dey co fund no.
Say no so na ya spread no kakra no.
So bitua na kakra no.
Oh okay, and the fund no.
Giving their financial standard no.
Yes.
And the fund.
The show mo books no.
And the fund.
Some books no more fair. Name crisis into your best spread ya mo.
Until fund no mo go soje.
Omoje.
Do be na work support fund.
Omoje. Me bank akọ donate.
Okay.
The business Business and Financial Times. Otumfuo is a pillar of political economic stability. Bank of Ghana Governor Ena Eka feature visual paper nimu ebisa. Can Africa unite? And no please anti-Langard protect Boteman, Adregano and Major residents. Government determines to track PFJ fertilizer supply. EU commits 200 million euros to support growth, jobs, other projects. Also pounds no ayana e and when you one pay. Like e-pay. Insurance can rebuild Apiate. And no wo honum so eda oko paper nimwa stories that ubenyebia kanye. Export oriented policies towards Asia could support faster economic growth. Vice President launches share project in Tamale and no ewo honum so and businesses need strong values for brand sustainability. Otumfuo gold coin can lead to wealth creation. Sabe makacha se mumba yempe gold bi na yenkoje. So and NSS will make a great impact in the low cost housing sector. Germany support enhances employment promotion in Bono region. So and 3 public universities to benefit from forex trading programs. When you know a stories are offer the Business and Financial Times are Ubenya Kaimefa, the Meridian no end to us. So Dr. J's company pays NLA 2 million Ghana cedis as license fee, urges Lotto operators to pay in support of government. Open letter to John Bwedu lacks substance aid, challenges writer to own statement. NDCC and the more hypocritical and highly unnecessary in team NIR attribute Tiamano. Guyana must bring oil resources to production quickly for benefit of citizens. President Akufo-Addo and the CAS Assembly. We need easy access and affordable loans, not non-competitive market. Kantanka and a CAS Assembly. Saso and a city depreciate 4.70% to dollar in only 45 days of 2022. When you know stories of the Meridian, we may be a kind.
Sammy, once a weekend, me whole lot of stories in that weekend. Nam Lotto kills me, 2 parties be now. Say, I can't ban and say, dear, my and crowd. Weekend will be, you know.
But it was I had real say I had dry be. You know.
Samuel gonna control.
I said real say I had dry. Even and now we drive league near there bobo. Because if you first no can go Twitter near there. Betting and some near you know but I say and
I'm this a paddy bia mini in the pa this which na gate we are no catch a paddy back so we can now go me jai na me see na me catch mo se batia bre well the final newspaper Momo stories on Modia Brian paying court orders UTAC to call off strike. Hearing of substantive case continues February 22nd. Abronia faces court today over false news offensive conduct. Dualization of Accra Kumasi road begins next month. Jinaport donates 20,000 to Apiate support fund. To become a developed country, we must add value to hydrocarbons. President Akufo-Addo and Eka Asem into any stories are what the final newspaper.
The final paper no pay air custodian. Hassan Tampuli inaugurates GCAA board. Probe Mills death. Koku petitions police. Frank Ajay's company pays 2 million Ghana cedis fees to operate Lotto. NDC evicted MP on 100 Ghana cedi bail. And Abu Jinapo lauded for handling Apiati explosion well. Now, a big story on front page of the custodian say probe Mills death. Koku petitions police. I mean, story na bro.
See, you canopy. But for me, anyway, I'm interested. Well, you interested in your website www.happyghana.com. Na fast stories maybe and for accept e-levy or free SHS will be cancelled. Or Chibefi and Air Kasa Semno. NDC MP stricken Ghanaians. They agree e-levy is good, but Chibefi reviews. Court orders UTAC to return to work. We are not disturbed by the abduction of Oliver Baka. Hashtag fix the country for Enna Ekasa. 2 jailed 30 years for stealing 800 Ghana cedis phone. Police summons Abonye DC over coup allegation. Asin North Member of Parliament granted 100k bail. Happy FM ties the knot for couples in glittering mass wedding fashion. And a health ministry applauds Vodafone Ghana Foundation in COVID-19 fight. We are stories and pay your website.
Citynewsroom.com and pay stories are a waha NE. UTAG is bound by affidavit to resume work. NLC. NPP's Abronia DC detained, charged over false Mahama coup complaints. NPP's Abronia DC detained, charged over false Mahama coup plot claims. NLC secures injunction against UTAG strike. Meeting between government and transport operators over fares ends inconclusively. High Court grants Asin North MP 100,000 Ghana cedi bail. Also, our website no so anopia other stories has say Bono East 1 dead 4 injured in Kwame Danso fire tender accident. Abronia DC honest police invitation over Mahama coup plot claims. Acquisition process for Airtel Tigo by government to be concluded soon. ESLA. Funding secured for Damongo water project work to start soon. Dr. Balbia and this assembly about whole technical university students living in fear after Robert stabbed colleague. And our ringleader in Nima violence case granted 80,000 Ghana cedi bail. Yakopiemo Ewo Lamashegua say angry youth mistakenly set fire officers' home on fire in protest against police. Say angry youth mistakenly set fire officers' home on fire in protest against police. When you know air stories are citynewsroom.com there about no.
You call Google News stories how it be nebe akai any Apiati Disaster Support Fund Committee receives consultancy services from IPR. SASO and cumulative export through Ghana Free Zones Authority. A whole report Ewahanum. What is the future of psychiatry in Ghana? A story Ewahanum. Poor governance, weak regional blocks feeding African schools. And Ewahanum Anna Abronye DC. Police detains MPP politician for false claims of coup plot. We Google News anope.
Yet also the international news and Ebre Oman for the CNN and a Shasia Diana now CNN for website and a pair of stories maybe any Valeva tested positive for 3 substances used to treat heart conditions. The Russian figure skater was cleared to continue at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics despite being at the center of a doping scandal. Skiers' wrong turn cost dearly at Beijing. Former child actor grabs Beijing 2022 limelight. And also, my grandmother is in the same city as me, but we are in different worlds. And so, Biden tells citizens of Russia, you are not our enemy, and warns Putin over Ukraine. And what do Russia's latest troop moves mean? And this is Trump's financial and legal problems just got a lot worse. And this is third known case of HIV remission reported. Brother who confessed to, let me get the story, who confessed to killing his social media star sister, freed by court. And top CNN executive resigns amid accusations of standards violations. We and the stories are and pay say Oshe CNN with me I can kind be
BBC.com and pay stories a BNM. Human cost of Russia attack will be immense. Joe Biden and all this assembly about. Ukrainians worry of Russian claims of withdrawal. Andrew settles civil case but questions over payout. Ottawa police chief resigns amid protests. Rare baby ghost shark discovered in New Zealand. Telegram, why won't you take my naked photos down? I know any feature waha over to me akai. I'll say Disney appoints executive to lead metaverse plans. Gun maker held to account for Sandy Hook shooting. King of Bollywood disco, Bapi Lahiri dies. Baldwin named in Rust film wrong death lawsuit. And final story I will say Honduras ex-president arrested on drugs charges. When you know a story, sir. Okay, story back. Well, say 2 glasses of wine enough to hit daily sugar limit. It is, I mean, so to me do wine.
Yes.
2 glasses of wine.
I didn't know why.
Oh, 2 glasses of wine enough to hit daily sugar limit. Just, I mean,
this particular person, why in the sugar?
On the sugar. On the sugar.
Are you serious?
So I'm not catching.
Samia de bia no de nam ha bi some for sugar even when he is holding sugar no. Oh no, here why? Omo di sugar no. Some person omo reach omo daily limit. And you don't even have to reach your limit anyway. It's you know. So no more one. When he overreaches his limit with just tea alone. Hey,
one year you with
Peter. Is Sammy not always looking for sugar, even when he is holding sugar?
Moving forward, Mrs. Yana, me turn on man, me from the base will be.
Oh, master.
And in a money away, if you are giving me up. Oh, really?
You use what I buy.
You, that's it.
I have any color.
White. Yeah, Reuters news to us. Gunfire explosions rock Somalian capital and militant attacks. Ethiopia's parliament lifts state of emergency early. Macron set to announce French pullout from Mali after summit. France's highest court upholds decision to drop Rwandan investigation. Lawyer denies bribing witness at collapsed ICC trial of Kenyan vice president. Machete-wielding attackers kill 15 in eastern Congo. Sasso and Germany sees no reason for military presence in Mali if elections delayed. Conditions no longer in place to continue Mali fight, France says. We a story sa oko Reuters News Africa anopea ubenebi akai.
Yo, yentoso na yemfa weather updates no embryo man for na fe no fati emfa in trends no ho ensem on fa bre no fa Ghana Health Services so update no on fa ho ensem embryo but na me ka man for say obetimi follow Jumedi e Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Your handle no happy 989 FM and me pacho Odwani Ediatua na odo comment so odi brain Jumedi no so anapay. We'll be glad to hear from you. Say o send a comment no edi brain kwa dia ebeka no pepepe edi ama omanfo but anapay we share Ghana Meteo for one more weather update on their brain. Almost the north will remain dry and slightly hazy over the south. Early morning mist will be displayed by bright and sunny weather conditions. Rain is expected over a few areas slightly north of the coastline. And they give the breakdown as follows. One more essay: Aflao, Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takrade, Axim Ho, Koforidua, Kumase, Akemoda, Obuase, Takwa, Sefibekwai. Areas when you're not paid, they would experience a misty morning. Temperature will be between 22 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius for these areas. Ariano, few clouds are expected with temperature around 36 degrees Celsius, which would be the peak temperature for some areas. And these areas that would experience 36 degrees Celsius might experience some thunderstorms and rains this afternoon. And that Koforidua, Akemoda, Kumasi, Obuasi, and Takwa. But enumerable few clouds would gather. Temperature would decrease to somewhere around 26 degrees Celsius, but it's expected to share a year Cape Coast, now share a year Takradia. Thunderstorms and rains are expected for these areas. Into a and weather update I beat me at the Abroman from Ghana Meteo for Australia.
Ghana Health Service, the COVID-19 updates no atwaso. Active cases 415. Confirmed total cases 158,038. New cases 46. Deaths 1,431. And our recoveries and discharge 156,192. Say vaccination drive as at 14 February 12,210,286 vaccine doses administered. So and the eco share worldwide total figures I record here a 415 million plus 1.75 million. Death a 5.84 million plus 10,502. If you want to man the social media trends, to us so na eneno ye shasia na ye shasia ewo ifie hanum ya amanfo bi e ofie hanum a omo trendy ye ankasa adaya mako wedding ase na se fine eduane ebuso modibi ense ebuso manum bi drinks local bar any ade nyina ewo ho manum bia munko mu fie there be ayefro ne okunu kra esa kakra bi na mokotena ase abehwe nkrofoi omuatiesi dance floor asabone some your robot say yedeyo enti video no beta abonte na Ghana for see chey na ade amko ejo amko ye ni mu hwe ade amu ye ye wo ho. Mass wedding ayefro na senono munko jankofo na enjoy mu in holy matrimony mwaji stage yafa asa mo say mehu asayiti mehu asayi na eno ane so omuginem enti de course so mass wedding honom no me kai wo say why you ready self person worry o person wo ye wedding na eto for my pie but one person will you bottom sika because we sika no what they call investment same ebe chiro baby abet me acquire say investment no enti no betia 500 Ghana cedis register na yenye bibia amount unwo anwuma na ekoso wo ho wangasa who stay send the area hot here lights near the no who wedding pictures na be fese enti no enna so kra who omre so 500 no kwa who ni sesi a every month for 100 to for 100 to for 100 to we be use scanner so na afi waba abepeke wo form na wa register it me aye mass wedding no ebi say if you want ma na e the trend no enka no e to aso ye nyina enim say endra abronye DC eko PM ewo police headquarters hodoma na police invited no say ombra na ombeto to na no ewo nsem bia okaye about or say former President Mahama air planning so obey cool no he invited no kodu ho no and almost say asema okay there enim enti na ne wano akopare enti no ye becho and omo eche no ana so omo detain no ewo ho ono amu and then anti call home na odu ho no no musi there bi wansam enye de enti no omo eche no asisi omo de no court ama court aka there wo say ye de eye no na ebeto oja say police say ye detain you for some na okaya enimu no commenter about social media ebi ene Abbas essay how can this kind of people be party chairman and expect progress in the state? Abraham say we are waiting to see the police keeping him in custody and refusing bail like is the name Baker or Baka? Baka or police is merely fooling Ghanaians. Yvonne Gala said, Dampare, don't try to be smart. Let Ghanaians see him behind bars and the court process. Then we will take it from here. Ayete said, those ranting, why invite and not arrest? I hope you are happy now. Please bring the champagne and let pop. Nana Yeboah say, I think it's sad news to hear this, but Ghana Police is throwing a big challenge for the institution. We are expecting them to arrest every Ghanaian who makes false allegations against someone, irrespective of their caliber in society. Vincent say, I am happy that we have such a great point where people can no longer concoct stories against their political opponents and go free. Everyone who makes allegations should be made to substantiate. Yvonne Young Newton say, Ghana is really working no matter your political affiliation. When you break the law, the long hand of the law will deal with you. God bless Dampare. If you want to know na ye video bia ebe toja na NDC MPs versus Ochre Befi Assembly Jida and is a member of Parliament for New Job in South Michael Ochre Befi and na okasa ewo bedwabi mu ana se dwabo bi ase ana se ewo nkofo bi edima na okaka se minority na mo parliament no omo kra na omo shase a omo push majority ni se omo make sure pass E11 no ya pass because omo ni say E11 no ya de panka sankasa enti no so omo pia abontia na omo beka say ye ngintum na omo du parliament omo say more fire mum pass enti sa na say na ye de yeti he ya ye di wa boboy de ekoso wo parliament ho no say na minority foi omo du parliament pe na omo de majority foi akobom no mu show mu cry no mu push omo so mum pass yo enti dan ka ka minority nko apodi aka ye pass ye kra nyende na momo mu du abonten a na omo ahyeda ka say e ma mum pass mbache omo ankasa mu ntie asema okae
Magi apon ina to for my esimuni na yen so say ade ba kuzo awa yan kan say yan twa yi lebi no me ekọ World Bank ana say ekọ IMF say ekọ ko jebosia inya ko e na omekatre na adanko kufu ado say free senior high school mon kamwa munyina mammanam ama wie school ama ko school ama nya school go sanse we na mo ti yak school akọ me se mo busuafo me ye member of parliament me ni NDC for the parliament da bia ya mo hetu mo ho parliament mo ho NDC for NDC for no any MPP for no omo parliament no ye nyina ya gitum NDC for no agiatum say E11 ni ye da bia omo ka tire say ye nyire ho ni empushia ni empase E11 no ni e pass e beboan na mom omo de omo ntibi ma me ka tire On mine is a woman. On mine, no more water will go to I don't think, and this is for the crash. I say, and the PIC and can't tell. Number so Nemo, almost me can't tell what one thing. And you want to your, yeah, your parliament will start. If you have only a number, it is Samo, me and you too. Nemo, let me show you.
And now, Masuma, Munina Muti, and your Kaya, no say. Omushia or parliament, one of my omoy down for 480 no. Omukra na ya omusha munkra say majority mun make sure say e-levy ya passing na ya ndi mum de say kwa abonten na yokasa mun pass ya ansha na Ghana for any anje hunti ye de ye kwa abonten a ye beka say ma mun pass but ye mienu ana say ya 275 ya ite parliament hey de ye no mo na ehwebom enti no mun make sure say e-levy no ma pass enti sa e na oka o NDC for e na make o say NDC for more parliament no or more essay yem pass e-levy no but omu ntumi mba abonten emba embeka enti no video yi ebeto dwa no e na Ghana for say hey the akoso wo honi e no efokojo essay an honorable member NDC must come out and answer. They should tell us if they accept the e-levy or not. Simon say, you are trying to make bread and butter issue a partisan political issue. A questioner or DA Bisa MP no. Eric say, why is this government so desperate to pass the e-levy? Yao Steven say, hey, lies pani. He even doesn't know where free SHS funding is coming from. MP pa. Francis say lies upon lies. Reduce the expenditure by government. Private jet. Where is the 52 billion? Kweku say, why are these guys so deceptive and very wicked like this? Saki say, which kind campaign is this? Hey, you guys are desperate too. You're talking to them as if they are the ones in parliament. I'm happy it's not us who will vote for e-levy. It's sad. See some campaign and blindfolding innocent women. It is a commenty and eba ebetoja wabra sa video yi eba enti same aha and made it trend to know ebesi na that mean say say na dey koso parliament woni.
It's interesting. I wonder where and how our politicians desire for us to see them. Because when such blatant statements are made, na womo efili say at this age ayetimi ekoto abas Ghana for na you decide say ye betchire mu bibi kakra bi na mo hang parliament, and yet politicians still think say ye were 1950s, and yes those times here papa because no money nyansa they had, but the point I'm trying to make it is say we have advanced, we understand the games they play. Now say e-levy, Sembia, or say chairman so honorable. The birthday, you got to say party a buyer, who say cake or mucha e-levy, and no, we were catching so NDC for the cake and buyer. It could be say it wasn't the case. So why would we, make such statements? I mean, how would World Bank come and say, or the IMF come and say, so free SHS, income? How? And yet, this is a member of parliament. Waka will go scot-free. But you see, it's an insult. It's a great insult to all of us. Not just the members in his constituency, but to us all. That he goes to make these pronouncements and he goes scot-free and he said it and that's it. That's it. Why in the world would a member of parliament say this? Why? It's because, when they come, we are the ones who are going to kutu them and say, honorable, honorable, honorable. And how much is he giving you? 100 Ghana cedis, 50 Ghana cedis, 1,000 Ghana cedis. And you make him honorable, honorable, honorable. What's the honorable in this? Do they really, really want us to see them as honorable people? With these lies they throw about, unsolicited lies, unwarranted lies?
Sammy. Honorable Asemno Kaino, what makes it a lie?
World Bank for catch us say you have a child.
Well, he didn't say that.
I'm a
though.
fool.
Sammy, you see,
He didn't
Sammy,
say that though.
Sammy.
Oh,
Or since
say.
a mom pass say,
Sammy.
that's a omukwa.
You better than.
Ombeka say,
Thank you.
muncha free say.
Yes, so what is he saying?
So one can almost say
Sammy, he
Oh.
premised that conclusion on an if.
Yes. But is that the
But,
case?
but Sammy, you see, Sammy, we know very well, sir. Ukopiemo IMF. Definitely no. Tightening belt measures we bet me PM. Per we spending in name. And it is easy. And it is possible, say World Bank bet me aka say. Sasikana Ochi free AFAB no. Jai. Never year SHS no. Out the year free SHS no. Jai. Na fire other, they redivert the funds to other sector. It is possible. Say I'm a bet me aka say. And also he being somebody who is close to power, who is close to authorities, he may have been privy to certain conversations or to make draw our conclusion. And to make us say, Osikeni Befi, one can ye, and I will chantro. Now to the NDC bit. You see, Sammy, I am not inclined to disagree or disbelieve what Mr. Befi said. Simply because I have heard once upon a time, I heard the majority leader say that, they have had engagement with the finance minister. They agree that E-levy is good, and they've even agreed, say, that was said by the majority leader. So, it is possible that amongst themselves, conversations have gone on. And you see, Befi is coming from Parliament. Osikeni Befi is coming from Parliament. He's one of them. He knows the discussions that go on in that chamber. He has friends on both sides, in his party and on the other side. He has friends. And once again, I don't know how I should disbelieve what the Honorable Minister has said. Because, Sammy, if it were not a matter of fact, he wouldn't have said it with the confidence he said it. Confidence or the car said, you know, and you see, Sammy, look, truth of the matter is, the NDC as a party in Parliament, even if they know, say, E-levy way, money numbers on fighting poor, Sammy, it will be difficult for them to shift the goalposts or to shift their position from stance now, we take it right from start. It will be difficult. And putting all those things together, I don't think that Osikeni Befi made any statement. I can conclude say your force. Maybe too. And I know very well say this idea we are seeing people fighting, moving chairs in their mind in Parliament. No, Sammy, it is supposed to paint a certain picture so that Ghanaians would have the feeling, say, and will have the perception, say, freedom fighters or money. But Osikeni Befi has told us the true state of affairs in Parliament. The true state of affairs of Parliament. When the majority leader made that statement, a lot of water had gone under the bridge before he came to make that statement he made. Before the sudden, trying to massage the position of the majority leader. We know. And Mr. Befi has confirmed it for us. For me, I won't disbelieve what he has told us. That is the truth.
Well, Mami and Kyle last week, Daily Graphic report on the buy from a IMF country rep, Ghana Hanum said, Dr. Tuna Mama. I know Kasa at the time there was the conversation about whether Ghana should go to the IMF or not. I remember emphatically the point he made about as much as government is going on the path of fiscal consolidation, social interventionist programs that government, they would encourage government to do more. Even if the government decides to resort to the IMF for help. He made that categorical statement. So then how do you expect me to believe the Member of Parliament when the IMF, the entity he is referencing, tells us, their representative tells us that that is not the case? Social interventionist programs would be encouraged and government would go that path. So what are we saying, Raymond? This is Mr. Mama himself. Last week I remember I read it
Mr. Mama,
from Daily Graphic.
Mr. Mama, anya bibia na ni boss e wa IMF nyabotre
country rep
Sam nyabotre onim say if the finance ministry of Ghana
no but he's
nyabotre if the finance ministry omu ya attempt say you call IMF at this stage you call IMF testing the waters DNA IMF can say here. Now there's a document before the finance minister. Now a way options they say okay, if I go to IMF, these are possibly the bitter pills I may have to swallow. Now ABR what is kakra ama the members ni nema mwatia. Some we may not know.
No, but this is a statement that came from the IMF representative here, saying emphatically that social intervention programs by the government would not be touched. They are rather urging government to go on that path as much as they are encouraging fiscal consolidation. Number two, now make a point, so minority leader Eba Ebeka say, 1%, they will agree to 1% e-levy, and at the time, the minority leader went to make that statement. The majority of the minority caucus, immediately after that statement, what did they come to say? They said, no way. No way. They shied away. They shied away from giving up their minority leader by simply saying that, no way.
It was a face-saving intervention.
And no, Raymond.
Face-saving.
And so for me, I find the statement by the member of parliament, will
you doubt them, man?
Oh my! What have we said? I've I have adduced evidence to the fact to say, it cannot be the truth.
Mr.
It cannot be the truth.
One part of the story.
It can't be the truth.
What the finance minister has gone to see based on inquiries,
but has the finance minister gone to the finance minister has emphatically stated they are not going to the IMF. So there is no way there can be any module at all to suggest to say the free SHS is going to be touched.
When you say finance minister, I bet you not test the water.
He can't test the waters. He can't test the waters because the finance minister has been emphatic. We ain't going to the IMF.
But you still test the waters.
So there can't be any module or any program to suggest that look, this is one of the conditions the IMF is going to give us.
It's possible.
So for me,
it's highly possible.
Members of Parliament must see and know, say we are discerning, we are intelligent. We understand the dynamics of the game now, and so we'll play along with them even as they go. But they should stop making some of these comments. I have given you two instances, Raymond, where members of parliament have sought to make us look and seem unintelligent to the point where they catch us okay in the minority for the brain. I mean, they should sit up. We expect a lot more from them, not some of these gimmicks. Well,
if the NDC know that what Mr. Beff is saying is not true, they should come out and tell us today.
Well,
Muntaka, Chief Whip, he's had this conversation, this discussion, of course, on brand, on because you call Mr. Beff to other names.
Well, me interested in Mr.
Beff. If they know, say, I said now Mr. Beff, they should call him to order.
Me interested in what the minority may decide to do.
If he has peddled falsehood, they should call him to order.
But I'm interested in a story that I'm happy about.
Please. Since you both have finished.
Yes.
I just want to know, sir, E11, NDC 4 and almost your mom pana. I just want to know that. And I said, per comments and some about saying people speaking, local social media, all the and some and I Ghana 4 bimo and almost your mom pay. I just want to establish that
combination of both.
Thank you. Say if you want to man, E11, at what stage are we now? Are we not doing the town hall meetings, sensitization, education? Is this education sensitization? What did he say about E11? Education made and my about E11 say be E11, a way, a this amount, a cover way. And this and be the education ban on my
communication you have to put out
education ban on my
relevant portions.
He just had no message on the assembly okwaka the no person okonokoka say even the people you think are against it in tia also way against the crowd or you share almost your mope. And that is not education. That is not sensitization.
Oh biomweni.
And they should rather focus on the important aspect. What church are there no much ready party ye no te asia let the person conclude, say, yeah, even if the minority comes out to say we don't want it, let the person conclude, say, oh, idea way at the pa. If minority is coming to say they don't want it, and then they are just playing politics or but don't go and put put a dream be in somebody's head. Yes.
So, Osikani Boatin Kojina, Osikani Befi.
I'm not from Osikani Befi.
Osana friend, Osana friend,
Since I continue, HMS Fandi, then we are still Osikani Boatin.
Osikani Boatin, which
sir, you patron, live patron.
Yes.
Live patron of the HMS fund, no. Say, why any Juma as a live patron of the fund, and you know, we did them.
I say yes.
We did them.
Baby, I'll call Gina here on your uncle for no Casano. They hear mu pa and they say, on Matimiko school, 3 years. And Papa no call Gina or say, someone ma 11 way and ba. Now you call MFA. 3 SHS number 4. A strong message and all the amount. A strong message. You see, when can I see education? Where you're crossing 11 near 6 billion, never see best. No. This is the best message about to your go for.
That is the
especially
weakest,
if you want to convince the person to
that
believe
is the weakest approach.
11 each year.
Weakest approach.
It's 11 over 3 SHS. Which one will you take?
Really?
No.
But is that
that
is
the message? No.
Is that really the situation?
Nabojo, Fati. It is me I'm meeting here, Bob No rank. Member of Parliament. Oh, teaching ba no, we hear debate. Finance minister share mo. A church mo bibia. Oko jina ho aka same way. Me na me be doubt.
Nanya na also so.
I can doubt it.
When I say,
I cannot doubt.
Who say
Is this
the kind of sensitization education?
This sensitization. Wait, mama bizarre. This message you give the people, can you convince them to change their minds? Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
I see.
It's just sensitization. Sorry.
Okay.
I know, say, Mr. Befi, he's been privy to documents and conversations. I said, well, he didn't say it out of, say, Waboni Trim now account. I'm telling you, this is a minister of state. I mean, let's not forget. The man standing there is not just an MP, he's also a minister of state. Deputy Trade Minister. So, I mean, what he says carries a lot of weight. You see, you better doubt it. Because look, if I speak to Mr. Befi this morning and I ask him to defend everything he says, I mean, he can confidently repeat them. Because will be our genaso. All the yes are statements. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, come in, Mr. Story. Many idiot channel player I want to talk about because very, very good news. We'll share the front page of the final newspaper, Daily Statesman, and so highlight here. Dualization of Accra Kumasi Road begins next month. Page 4 of the paper. We'll say, as part of efforts by the government to dualize the Accra Kumasi Road, construction works on 4 major bypasses will begin from March or latest by the first week of April. Mr. Kennedy Osei Nyako, Chairman, Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament, said the government had successfully awarded 8 separate contracts to local fully resourced contractors to construct the 4 bypasses on the Apedja-Kumasi Road. He said the government had committed 2 billion Ghana cedis for the construction of the 4 bypasses to ease the traffic on the Accra to Kumasi Road as part of its plans to dualize major highways in the country. The chairman stated this during the press briefing in Accra on the dualization of the nation's road that the government intends to do, especially on major highways. And Fatih, I will sit here and this morning clap for the government. Yes. Because last Friday, Amiko Kumasi, you know, Udru in Sawom bypass now. Uko straight out Kumasi. Usually, enka ukwa na ukudru emphasis on travel by emphasis be some 3,000 kilometers. There's a 10 I'll be left. Now for the walk join it road a single lane na. One more walk on your mobile ubia Asian home. But when I reached there and I was about making that 10 left, and I realized the rest of the cars who were behind me went straight. So I also said, let me follow.
The cars behind you
Yes.
went straight.
Yes, I'm on your margin some more 10 left. I'm a family who call.
Okay.
And see, what I'm saying, my friend, be steady. We should do a machine here.
Okay.
And from that point to almost Asuhun. No, I think it was Asuhun. It was separate lanes, dualized road, to Suhun. And it shortened the journey. It made the journey safer. It made the journey convenient. And it was fun. And I was a happy man driving on the Kumasi Accra highway without necessarily thinking about overtaking that I have to do that. It's going to delay me on the road. And so you travel faster, you travel convenient, and you travel safe on the Kumasi road. For me, I'll pat the government on the back for a good job done from a year in Sawoma, virtually straight to Suhum. A year dualized that. I'd rather form an answer. The rate at which accidents may have been recorded on that stretch. So, who follow Sakwanusi here? Say, I didn't call far left in America, and I've forgotten the name of the area. There's a place, there's a Chinese firm beyond members of Momo gravels, I didn't idea a quantity on left. Before you get to that place, potholes near that they all notice. Sometimes in trying to swerve those potholes, no, the other cars, no, it's very, very dangerous. But if today we have the roads dualized and Unshiobi, for me, it's perfect news. I'm hoping that the government would commit and ensure say the entire stretch Kumasi Accra Road no dualized. Now accidents are there yet say na Kumasi Road na accident they see an accident they see an accident they see I'm say no. Bibia eto ebetwa. But make away na make edi esiso say I think say from Nkoko and is it before you get in Nkoko? It's also dualized. But Fati, I feel sad when I'm on that stretch, in that particular stretch now. I dualized now. Edobakopi, I think in Koko bypass no. Ekwan na mem say. Ekwan no amem akushin.
I see anything.
Just
It sank.
It sank.
Okay.
It sank. Why? Big trucks. Our manam ekwan no. Woman faswama a quantity Tyson, baby, I can't Tyson business in it is okuta a yes smoke and no winning up for fassa. I'm any more. Meaning I'll tie to be cheap. And now can as a tree. The only way in this luckily no is dualized until you won't go to the right, but you come to the left, and then you have your way and you go peacefully. But it's supposed to be a dualized road where we should drive safely and comfortably. But as usual, big trucks are woman ekwan yusuntino. Ekwana say.
And big trucks no omoyede.
The
road wasn't properly done.
But you see,
it's either say be as one or more fast so na maybe.
No, away.
No, but the road wasn't properly done. But say water beds were road now say.
Timber.
And so water bed were road now say sana. It's excavation go deeper. So na be lay na basro. So na be ya obenya sa grip. Alternatively no. And then now it's almost a road from asphalt.
Well, and a mountain.
And this engineer Muhammad, I bet me, I know at the current to me, my road,
well,
because
engineer actually.
Until otherwise, no. I said still deep excavation. Make sure so to me a water bed.
But I don't think so.
Now on my
I don't think that is the problem because Fatty.
The road wasn't well done.
Say idea sir Axel a friend saying wait.
Cars, big trucks, whatever they are cutting, they will cut.
Yes.
Wouldn't even say what's on a car and air fire. It's your road now. You factor them in.
Exactly.
See,
exactly.
What would the latest trucks are? And no, Fatty. Now the trucks that are on the road, no. I'm just saying that for me, it's a concern to me that such a beautiful road. Within just a few years, you know.
That's almost factor. And I say, road from
minimum there, like I said, I'm a happy man because I use that road a lot, virtually.
But still, maybe I'm no far hostel.
I mean, option one number 5. Many options there.
Ports in our hall.
Yeah.
Also, within the port area, free ports in now. Also, roadworks in Abebena pavement blocks.
Yes.
Even the Temamoto originally, almost you know, saw them say a concrete work nobody see.
Yeah.
Na reason wo ho. Asphalt no, onem say asphalt ankasa no. To me expand the contract depending on weather conditions in Yama. They both ever form any sort of dinner. And you know, almost you say, we share ports in Sensema, and load a free port eba. The road should be able to withstand the pressure at the better quantity. So that was what went into the construction of the roads, Nessa. And again, this road you are talking about is beautiful, no? I bet me a pentinamento. Omo you fefe, but Nyama na so to me yes na be a road no bet me withstand the pressure no. Omo anye. Enti na udru a obre no. But road need there some relay. And any solution, they have to relay surface. No, into what can you do? Now, it's all to me a true petition. Send a petition.
Now, petition. I'm the command. Come on, for you. Now, the mini pen over you. Mini pen over you. Oman camera reports now. I can't over you mini pay. Well, but I think so, baby. Asemeda na honey I was say the two. Me many eso anamontu omotu afa yes from insawom kokopim suhum no. Many eso. It's a good job done, and I think the government must strive harder to get the entire stretch no dualized. Now, you're safe on the Kumasi Accra Ridge.
Assembly.
Yeah.
This Accra Kumasi Sensemi. Government is investing heavily. And putting up an airport for Kumasi. We are told to meet international standards, international flights to metro. A question I may be saying is, why has government not shown any interest whatsoever in starting or owning a local carrier? Local airliner, I bet take advantage of airport among Musi, and then take advantage of the market that is there. So, I mean, every week, every day of the week, if you try to book a flight to Kumasi on the day, airport people say on your flight because I am. Same for Tamale. What am I saying? And so, if you have an airport in between, from Accra to Kumasi, from Kumasi to Tamale. There's an airport in Takra there. Argentina government, as part of investment driving, you have a sector in the transport ministry, aviation. Argentina government, and you're interested in getting into that space. But we've left it for the private man to control that market, control pricing, control BBR, because omo monopoly or seeming monopoly or. So I mean, I think that if government is interested in spending so much on the airports, then government should be ready to make sure, say, what it takes for them to also benefit from the investment they've made in the airports. No, that's how much to take steps.
National career, no.
Yes.
So government here intent in say because you are talking about private sector monopoly and control.
Intent you are talking about the intent. Say, government will now take pressure off the routes, Ankasa. Ebano. Safety of passengers, and making it easy for people to travel intercity.
That's a route now, say no. And yet,
Sammy, if you have to travel to Kumasi today, and it's going to cost you far less to book a flight in and out than Uber driver out of you or near on the road, which one will you choose?
How will it cost far less?
No, Sammy say 5.7 okita. No, you see, if you have to travel in and out Kumasi, you are looking at the fact that we can't
flight in saying from
definitely if the national carrier comes in, when say price control baby.
Oh how?
Oh come on, Sammy.
See this is
you would expect that government will provide competition to the private.
So won't they buy fuel?
No, and I make us say.
Won't they employ?
Oh, come on, Sammy.
They will do all that. So
even okay, trotro drivers, any Metro Mass buses, they don't charge the same fare.
That is the Metro Mass way.
And I make us say. I won't charge the same fare. But I'm saying that if government has a deliberate policy, say I want to start a national career, but start locally. Definitely on the competition, Beba.
Last time, Urefi Asma Bekatre with the premix fuel. When we see government spends 1.2 billion.
Oh, Sammy, you see, even if government even decides to partner private guys, and we are able to have affordable flights to and from Kumasi. Some of you will not drive to Kumasi.
This is where our problem lies. So.
You will not drive.
That is why we are crying about deregulation as of mine. Everything government must subsidize. Everything government must subsidize. Everything government must subsidize. But you're talking about monopoly.
Government must find a way to make life easy for the people. That is the job of government.
Indeed.
Yes. So if government starts a national airline, I'm not expecting say if the private man is charging this, government to charge say no.
Neither am I expecting say if the private man is charging 800, government will come and charge 500.
It is within government's way to do so. And I make us say, you see, transport ministry, it is not just about cars. Real need you say a dead case, but the aviation sector.
Won't real be cheaper
yes.
In terms of
akwana yi na wo se bakonnam wiem ne bakonnam mfiase no what you say I don't know say o ye man but well ye na ne ho ne passport mbe o man for ye ba na ye to aso ne ye din komo you tag nsensem no ene egu yapono so a ye de ani ebedi akire. Our happy morning shows we mo nyamado ayekwadwa for the updates na ebe se stone ba sa yeah to aso what's do reality
happy 98.9 FM and our sugusa utie o share so dia ETV Ghana and o share one open the happy morning show sports updates and every more happy morning show no so 1xbet a time it's in the am the jumedi we ebro 1xbet com website so 1xbet.com.gh 1xbet.com.gh register maybe a new account ubi a new account now obema opportunity to enter promo code so enter a betgh betgh one enter our promo code new year obenya 200% bonus on your first deposit into deposit 100 cedis 300 cedis and obehu our account mo o deposit 50 Ghana cedis 150 o deposit 10 cedis obehu 30 cedis our account mo and no any message 1xbet me fan bro 1xbet say on the 18 memfa we ni enter my website so ko twa bet betting addictive so na almost say 1xbet asempa ba ko amode ba ne say utwa bet ni wie na usuro say ubelusu bet na don here ne so beto insurance say dey appeal bet no so I know the message 1xbet me from bro 1xbet say bet for every taste I know and they are same kakra me de jamo ansa na ma schedule media na say Yebesha from the camp of the National Sports Authority. Now reports HS National Sports Authority on what Trokata Ediakoto government in him say 25% limit on attendance at sports stadium no say omutumi ehwe na omoye hu bibi ahead of super clash because of this weekend between Kumasi and Asante Kotoko and Accra to folk. Now initially no somewhere in January 2021 and our government said because of COVID-19 is and spread no idea say match venue bia etumi eje 25% of the sitting capacity. Sisiane there NSC say almost share na government to me a review kakra efa jumedia ekoho omo pese government relax rules no say be more fans bet to me akọ stadium akọ share match especially ahead of big game because on Sunday between Hearts of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Public Relations Officer Emma National Sports Authority eka say despite the fact say omo kata akọ no still no omo expect say 25% capacity rule no and because tickets are printed ahead of the game nankasa no printed just 10,000 tickets pending review of decision aban betumi aye nti we and nsema dahwa media bre etie4 Yeremo Ghana Football Association for Akachi because Oma confirmed the second round of the 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League season no betumi ashasia on the weekend of February 25 to 28. Now more expect the Ghana Premier League season no betumi abaye June 19 2022 we and nsema Ghana Football Association so omode atuja na yenremo our parliament now parliament is set to probe Ghana's abysmal performance our 2021 Africa Cup of Nations a course so our Cameroon and Chebiano na parliamentary committee on youth, sports and culture no ene na ombehye omo inquest na ase a omo hwe nim se mpanyefo to say sports minister betumi abepiem ho Ket Edwin Simeon Kwaku GFP president bepiem ho NSA boss Patrick Chumesi ono so ordinary be kire ho a omo hwe nim se other stakeholders e wo dwumedie nom omo so omo ni be kire ho se na be a inquest a omo ye into Ghana abysmal performance of AFCON no omo betumi aye hwehwemu na omo de nsem no abantem se na be a problems e wo ho no omo betumi asolve sa problems nyina we ene nsem a opinion a oye chairman Emma Youth Sports Culture Committee afeno Johnson Kwaku Edu ono so edituja ye hwe nim say inquest no betumi ashase ne they are also expecting say captain of the side Andre Rami Morgan de ayu ono so or the testimony beba be team name na Steven Tornado appear former captain of the Stars so omo hwe nim say ono so beba be kapane ono ho a now beba be ka omo ho a on betumi aye inquest into Ghana's performance at the just ended AFCON we any updates kakra with the Bremo on the local scene here remo UEFA Champions League because and matches menu equal so round of 16 matches equal so first leg our UEFA Champions League me pack the princess no Abrantia friend Kylian Mbappe a magic in the 94th minute to ensure say Paris Saint-Germain beat Real Madrid by 1-0 and sa and a game no etumi e by we Abrantia no chere ne bobe ye pa Lionel Messi penalty in the 62nd minute of the game but still no Paris Saint-Germain etumi win this match no Kylian Mbappe eji man of the match efa ne performance etumi danity other match course on the night no course so Estadio José Alvalade or Lisbon ho and a Sporting CP and Manchester City share na after 90 minutes of football no Manchester City etumi win by 5-0 4 goals in the first half and a branch here Mahrez Sterling and Bernardo Silva moditu atinam and sana Phil Foden so at the back to so 5-0 and a Manchester City win this game no Bernardo Silva to me a man of the match was our game after the game no Pep Guardiola na ni achi here pa say performance ni there ni ensheda and so performance no because some players underperforming our game no lose certain balls but they were clinical until first 20 minutes in the to me stamp on authority in the game now I say almost share game na say 5 to 7 minutes on hu say team no very very good but difference no enya 5-0 lose your team no very good but to me making sure say I'm take your chances to punish Sporting our game. You see the Pep Guardiola manager Emma Manchester City edituja Guardiola coach Emma Manchester City and I can see no better so na first leg of round of 16 matches no better so and Jacopiemo Giuseppe Meazza na San Siro ho and Italy champions from Inter Milan and Liverpool to me their face so na both teams ahead of the game no I'm coach Sakasa Simone Inzaghi coach Emma Inter Milan say the team need there Mangesa omonem say Liverpool a very very strong team. We are very good in almost every area of the pitch. Almost squad ni here, almost manager ni here. Now almost style of play so there on and off the ball no almost pa counter attack so there almost to me ya pa defense so there. Okoha Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Mujina ho almost to me ya dey pa so almost full back so there almost to me attack it from every area of the pitch into problems there on himself facing problems against Bobo friend in Liverpool. Simone Inzaghi ekasa through the interpreter.
The most recent Liverpool games. Liverpool are a team with great players in every position of the field. It's a great manager, a great squad, a very intense style of play. So we need to be good in any moments when we are on the ball and when we are off the ball. When we are on the ball, if we miss some pass, they can counter-attack us in any moment. And when they have on the ball, even in front in centre ball, they have Van Dijk and Alisson who are great long throwers. The two fullbacks have very great feet, so they can deal very many problems in every part of the pitch.
Simone Inzaghi, a manager, Emma Inter Milan. Jurgen Klopp, manager, Emma Liverpool Football Club ahead of the game. Now say, last opposition, Burnley, different from match against Inter Milan. Inter Milan, they are a top-class team, more top-class players, more top-class manager. Oshe Nima, they look very solid. Also, creativity, so there, idea, Nimpa, and some to me show top-class performance if they have to achieve something from this game.
Some players, they play underperform.
The difference is massive between Burnley and Inter in some parts, obviously, but in other parts not so much because it's a football game and still a football game. And if we are dominant, then Inter will defend pretty compact. I'm pretty sure it will not be as windy or rainy as it was in Burnley, so that's a big difference as well. Apart from that, Inter is an absolute top class team, top class players, top class manager. But I mean, last year, with all respect to other teams, I think it's probably the best team this year again in Italy. Can see that in the table in the moment, but they look really rock solid. They have creativity on the pitch. They are very good organized, very well drilled, everything what they do. And the individual quality is big. So that's Champions League, no doubt about that. It's a top class team, and we need to show a top class performance to even have a chance. But why shouldn't we try?
Jurgen Klopp, manager Emma Liverpool. Other match on the night, because we were Red Bull Arena. Was Salzburg, and Bayern Munich, Ebeshia, now Modia official and Manchester United, Burnley 2-0 to move into top 4 our English Premier League. And I'm the Happy Morning Show sports updates in the BC. Yabadani Onkaka, Babaka, the Happy Morning Show continues.
And you're welcome back live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, live on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Hoping Zanapay Oshas in your morning has been a good one. I'm hoping that you have a good mindset and be positive about today. Forget about what happened yesterday. Think positively about today. And be hopeful that things will turn out right for you this morning. You're driving a picture, observing road traffic regulations. No traffic, where you arrive at your destination. And you respect you as road users on the road. I see sometimes some drivers, motor aiding anymore. I say motor and wine a bonnet. But he has a right to use that road equally as you. And to do more, Okana Ben na I say, no when you're doing a free mo. No when you're doing a free mo. Driver for Sasubana no Munjai, especially Trotrophono, Munjai, then yes, by park. Once I would team ya Ukuchakwa, Messero, footbridge or Honma use a footbridge. Ubachakwa Musa train, be zebra crossing and so on. Yemfa and boy hobine, na Yemfa and Nanti. Yemfa a technopreneurship no and who ensem embro man for a most kind of entrepreneurship. Yemfa and who ensem embro man for now it has expanded the national and global markets. This has allowed companies to reach more customers, select better suppliers, and even establish better relationships with business partners. Nti way I am faswa a technology a boy in businesses are anti techpreneurship a tips that you did ebro man for no ene kakra ye de ema wo enie yento so na yemfa yen camera embro man for anapay ye di enkomo efa equality and freedom from discrimination. Equality and freedom from discrimination. Lawyer Bobby Banson and what they say and no what they bring.
So there is what is called the social contract theory, which presupposes that every person in a society, in a community or in a country has decided to give off some of his rights for the betterment of the society, to have enforcement authorities in the state. That is where we say where your right ends is where somebody's rights begin. And so if you find yourself in a community or in a society, for example, Ghana, you are a human being, you are entitled to do everything that you want to do. However, the laws of Ghana, which we have all automatically by virtue of being Ghanaian citizens, states that if you find yourself in a certain situation or in a certain circumstance, then you can be entitled to some facilities that the country provides. And so if you do not find yourself in that circumstance or in that situation, then you will not be entitled to benefit from that facility. So equality before the law and or rights against discrimination or freedom from discrimination should be interpreted and explained in the context of like situations. So for instance, the Constitution says that when you are 40 years, you can run for president. Every person would say that I am entitled to be in leadership position. But the Constitution has created a qualification or element so that if you are not 40 years, you cannot stand for president. However, if you are 40 years, the tribe that you come from, your educational background, your height, your weight, your color, the car that you drive, the language that you speak cannot disqualify you as long as you meet the criteria of 40 years. So every person in that bracket of 40 years is entitled to be able to run for president, as long as, of course, you meet the other criteria of being sound mind.
Eba Jumedian is 22 minutes after 7 live on ETV Live on Happy 98.9 FM Nisim 95.9. And Koma Yedi Anopeno Yembofi na yene Dr. Clement Apakindin Komo or minority side in Parliament. Asemwa openi Ochibefi Ekokan so Kokwamuni de minority side in Parliament womo S4 11 so. Na yeba eye bedwamu a na womo intimi kasa because womo achitafo no womo ene womo benya asem enti asem ne de efri opani ochirebe fia no de na tese minority for no ene ehye womo kutupa se eye 11 no womo mfamra enti se Ghana fo su se Ghana fo su womo mo share chire womo ta chire pa no minority in Parliament mini Parliament nkoma wo mu edi mintibi enti se be fede a nyimbi se minority for no se na ade na mo yesa na mo dada Ghana for se 1.75 yenje yate so 1.5 yenje 1% yenje 0.5 yenje modi mo se 0.11 na mo kopie kupom na mo di mu nkomo as members of parliament na fe mo ka kire bi for no se munyo yene ni nkomani bisanse atisen asema opani akaye no yene no ndi enkomo enfan ye twen no yene no edi enkomo no alright yene the Honorable Clement Park ndi enkomo Busa South Member of Parliament na yenji na no sem efa ensema opani wochirebe fi akoka no ye mo kwaba
yo mba chomeje so mi chetie fo nyina
na enom design pay.
Oh, Yanadom, Yahoya, Ghana. I watch and oh dear, but it is a dear.
Yo. Opani your flower and your bonnet. Me nips one video unia no parliament or majority side war case. Sa minority needed that been a mother die so a year 11 months for so our public. But Muko share in private and I'm catch them say, Mufambro. What was that video?
I'm a woman and drop on your credit. Be biara anywhere a what Sabi do no more and credit. Yeah, Sa 11 way. A yang ye can for Haruna Drusu. Anna or ma Ghana for a tisa a buying Eddie Bibi Papa, your friend 11. Na sa 11 wo mo de hye budget no mu a anya ade a ye be pede so ne kwenso de okan na ne baaye ana ye gina ya yesi no anya ade a ye betumi aka asem e wa bonten na kokuom yakoka de honorable befi e kan bibia ni wa etimi echese sasa na waka no anyentro yete ya kachira no se NDC MP sa wose wono mo edi nkomo a mo ka se 11 efo aso no wombo mudin wontumi mbo obi adi na so hwe video no mpo a entra ogina ho edi Eddie Dada Emano as if say a whole member of parliament would engage in such blatant lies against your colleagues on the other side and then also lie to innocent Ghanaians. How is it possible? Says Ilevi Ampasia Nasa Akufado Echo IMF and World Banker. One of the catcher they say, Free School won't come. How can that be? No one himself before he lived with Banana Fishing House go never. One himself Minister for Finance, this is the question on the floor of Parliament. The Fishing House could buy a woman the loan here also they be domestic resources. One himself in the whole time period since the inception of Fishing House School, ABC the end of 2021. 7.62 billion in addition. It is also seen as divided by 5. Naturally, said the funding that is put in the program year by year no, is even less than 2 billion Ghana cedis per year. So how can you say that if you don't get your projected or say 6.9 billion, a program that is financed for much less will be cancelled? Look, let me tell listeners, no be NTA. Baby no, or one but let me tell you a secret. Look, it is rather MPs, and I don't wanna assume. Says I dear we no. Aye at this one ama omo. The attorney said omo person for the brain na money engine. And so omo buy no, I say omo ntoma. Some have even indicated say omo person for no have started confronting them, letting them know say if they support this thing, they will have a price to pay. Now unim say womo MPP side no, womo no omo see said they didn't even get a hint. Said Kenoforiata at the e-levy baba. Womo say omo tea no na abewie. They are even complaining and fuming. Said they have not been treated fairly. Omo think I was said finance minister na abamu penny for a year more and I said they should have hinted them. So you are there complaining, confused, you don't know what to do, you can't even mobilize your so-called 137 plus 1. And I saw you to admit, said this is the most unpopular revenue mobilization scheme. You have decided to resort to lies, and it is not going to help. All
right.
In the consensus, we have said we are opposed to it 137. No. Our party has said we support our position. Our 2020 flag bearer, and by the grace of God, 2024 incoming flag bearer, has also said that he supports us. We would vote 137 no against the e-levy any day, anytime.
Now what be said? Openino emeki sa statement ni say more minority for na mo shase na mo hye wo mo so mo enyo no. Modern say one mention names. You have also made a similar comment. It is rather those on the majority side. And one more catcher mo say ade omo mpene so na emom bibi ntino I was on kasa. Once me put you to the test to say who and who have told you that from the majority side.
No,
but I know the social media na me who video. Wait, and come on, I'm woody. You have also alleged to say
I have dared him. If he mentions, I also mention. So if he doesn't mention, I will also mention. It's as simple as that.
No, but you are the one who is alleging now on my show.
He has
in
alleged,
a conversation with me said the majority side have been speaking to you and that they are not in agreement with the e-levy. Why anybody say no?
I didn't say that. I said they were not consulted before it came, and it is true. Nobody knew about e-levy before it was announced on the floor of Parliament.
No, but
it wasn't even in their manifesto as one of the schemes that they had intended to use to raise revenue. So it was announced to everyone on the floor of Parliament, and many of them are not happy about it.
Yes, but earlier you had made the point, some of the majority side members, alluded to the fact that their constituents are not happy with the e-levy, and they have told you that. And I maybe say, why?
But if somebody tells me that they are constituent, well, I can say some of their MPs in the Greater Accra region. Let's leave it there.
Some of their MPs in the Greater Accra region.
That's correct.
Some MPs were Greater Accra region in the Omodosu.
I have given you a clue.
And it's a wound to me, but any idea that you're open your children fees bet me abo. Honorable Park.
Mr. Obama,
sir.
Yes, I can guarantee you. Call him on your show. Let him mention, and I'll give him a litany of names.
All right. Yenin Kona Membisa, Enra Speaker Abba, Parliament at the same.
Oh, Speaker, as always, you know, his presence changes the dynamics. Because I'm saying, you know, everybody is calm and alert. But I think that so far, nothing major except a question here and a buyer concerning the sale of Airtel Tigo and matters arising. And that question was asked by the Honorable Sam George to the minister. And quite honestly, the speaker was unhappy. And he took that opportunity to remind all of us, sir, he expects Parliament to function professional. And that all international agreements ought to come to Parliament for approval or ratification or retroactive approval. Okacha said he had even alerted the Ministry of Finance to bring several of them to the House for the needed actions to be taken. According to him, it is almost in excess of 1 year since he raised that issue with the Finance Ministry. And so far, so clearly the Speaker was not happy. And he warned that if care is not taken and these processes continue, the country is likely to be saddled with numerous judgment debts. And I would say, sir, the highlight of yesterday, as far as the Speaker's presence in the chamber was concerned, had to do with the issue of international agreements and the inability or the refusal of the government to bring to Parliament the needed documentation for scrutiny, as Speaker himself put it, and approval. So I would say that was the highlight of Speaker's presence in the chamber yesterday.
Well, sir, Parliament in Komoba, no be any the 11 we had heard and read, sir, the bill had been withdrawn for relaying by the Finance Ministry. And you biano status on it is saying?
Governor, I say I withdraw bill, no?
That's what we read in the media, that
when
it had been withdrawn and that it was going to be relayed.
Well, as of Friday, when the business statement was presented, there wasn't an indication that it had been withdrawn. Okay. Tuesday, I was in Parliament, although I spent most of the time at the Public Accounts Committee hearing. And today, too, obviously, we will be going. But I have not seen anywhere, and not in the corridors of Parliament.
Okay.
Is there any indication that the bill has been withdrawn? And that is part of the very serious uncertainty that Parliament is facing. Why the government side, the executive, are dilly-dallying, playing this delay game, not coming forward clearly about what is to happen. Whether it is going to be withdrawn and relayed, whether it is going to be, we are going to continue with amendments, whatever way they want us to deal with this matter. So much uncertainty, and it is very clear they don't have the numbers. All of the Omuyenina is just a ruse. Because they know that if they come, R137 know clearly there is no way their E-levy will survive. But they should man up and bring it to the floor. Let's debate and take a vote. Let's vote our 137 no. mo na mo sia sam na mo di 11 aba abede mo fam da na ento so aba mo fam. You say you are doing consultation. How do you do consultation on a bill that you've already laid before the House, which is now in the domain of the House? The bill is now owned by the House. So it is very clear that government itself is jittery, it's very unsure.
All right.
Because someone will say your position, no, it is solid, it's impenetrable, it is unchangeable. And that is why we are where we are.
All right.
So those who are saying that we should see reason with government, as in the case of clergymen who visited the former president, they should rather be telling the government to see reason with Ghanaians, because our position is the position of Ghanaians.
Quickly, Menkai, some of the information I got, Menkai crime from for which updates have been given. This is from your sister Network City. One more essay. Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Afenyomarkin, speaking on the floor, revealed that the Finance Minister has rather moved to make revisions to the existing bill. We announced that there was going to be a withdrawal and relaying of the e-levy bill, but it has become prudent to rather look at an amendment, considering the fact that the Committee on Finance has done quite a lot of work. So, on the amendment side, how far are we?
We haven't even seen it, because if it is amended and it has not been slated for, if you like, it has not been slated as an item on the other paper. We won't get to see it. As I said earlier, and you see what you have read. First, you said it was going to be withdrawn, and relayed. Later on, you came and you are now telling us that you are going to amend it. And if you amend a bill as much as they are claiming that they are going to do, is that bill the same as what you laid earlier? Even all of these ones, we will raise procedural issues. Look, Ghanaians should be rest assured that we are very serious in what we have resolved to do. We would take this bill through procedural issues. It will follow lay down processes as dictated by the standing orders and the Constitution. But at the end of the day, we will still vote no against it.
Honorable, you better also pay sir Wajembe now ni yedi enkomo our happy morning show so.
But NDC for they shouldn't worry. They should ignore all the rumors. The party is against and opposed to e-levy. The parliamentary caucus were opposed to e-levy. Our former flag bearer's office is opposed to e-levy. And that is where we are, and we would vote against it.
Member of Parliament for Busa South, Yenedi Nkomono, Dr. Clement Apak, one of know what they information kakra, what they brain and sana, you move to your substantive matter for this morning for a conversation which has to do with the UTAC and the instruction directive given them to return to the classroom. Now, and Sunday, in February, day, it's the month of love. Na TCL so mo enso so eda odo edi achrewo anenti enomode love fest no promo no edi ebre wo mo sha say 11th of February ye kwa kopem the 18th of February 2022 and to huge and insane discount enomode ema or month for. And so this season take advantage and enjoy a crazy discount. TCL for a day war, one more air food warmers, one more air conditioners, one more fridges, one more freezers, one more air washing machines, TVs, phones, and many more. I'll be to me at Honum and to surprise a loved one with any of these. Now enjoy a good discount. One website store.tclghana.com. On your money income, waiting from 059 691 3298. Now TCL. One more see the creative lab. One more see encounter for you. Say and deliver our item no enfamawa into Jessica enfamobia. I don't know if I know. Back in the ground, money in the hand, and as money in the hand, back in the ground. And Mr. Yenshano and soon. Second Image International for the countries media admission eguswa air course na one more man for entity was senior ebe massage me kasamo hey minya massage and ke yepa mimu ya na minya massage na se mia enka enye bad kra makeup idiot Rebecca woyema fati oni problem facials nail technology pedicure ne manicure hu sensemi hairdressing and fashion designing ne nyina obetimi asua our second image international skills college na se ebia we JHS and se we SHS na impo ebia we school diploma university degree yibi na opeso sua sano ma nyina second image for eto monsa e dia frewo obetimi asua on part time basis ne nyina available akra from 0243 331 999 Kumasi 0204403348 denu ene soga kope obetimi from 0244 861610 and 0240195951 na oni wo mo edi enkomo anapenti pomodia se obefre second image for na oni wo mo edi enkomo ye to aso na me kai wo se onia akwenya de bebre ene wo no ma ye de ho ensem ebro ba ye de bro a ye ka che se ko ne koto ni yesan so e ka se fesika ne kakra fesie it is not always chop. It is not always fun time. Sometimes save some of the money for investment purposes. Will be enim ochina insure to na ope aba na ope ba minia o de fa hen afei na don se be go nsayem na akọ bi nchen minia mesre won sane me 200 Ghana mesre won sane me 500 Ghana mesre won sane me 1000 Ghana dabi when you ba ho so no now reputation we integrity when ni monyam waton because of 100 Ghana 200 Ghana cedis fisika ni bi see every month be you 200 you 300 you 50 you 100 never see now this year minia na odi akoma EDC investment one more edwumaku a one more any Ecobank one more show massing Ecobank is the Commonwealth the Pan African Bank the whole world obia nim Ecobank usika enyira yemfa nwane kronosembia eni honum no more the investment no more yama na ebewo na ewo akese e dia mawo umpewe na opeden but more than only EDC forbidding come up 0302 634 165. With me, WhatsApp you more 0595 235 065. Na only more ashasi na adi and come up. One website www.ecobank.com/swam. Oko on my application form na ewo na wafele na afeye nyina no ye toaso akọ. Enti bomodian on mu nim komo Ecobank for there wo mo say more financial independence no and a more at the Mawanisa. Yambra studio na yentwaso because woman I think so kind story no MIA about UTAC and some daily graphic capture minim second times so capture obetim dia faswa na indi UTAC komo.
I mean and a page story no page 15 of the Ghanaian Times will say strike by lecturers, go back to classrooms, court orders UTAG. I know the big story and the Ghanaian Times at the Abba story they say. After 36 days of strike, the Labour Division of the Accra High Court yesterday put an injunction on the strike by UTAG. By the order, UTAG must call off the strike and go back to the lecture halls. Justice Frank Roxon gave the order following an application for interlocutory injunction filed by the NLC. Lecturers of the various public universities embarked on a strike over conditions of service and payment of allowances. All efforts by the NLC to get the lecturers to go back to the lecture halls had been unsuccessful. All the two applications filed by the NLC for an order of the court to compel UTAG to call off the strike had not been granted as the court urged the parties to settle the matter out of court. Currently, academic activities in all public universities across the nation had been put on hold. The various student unions have called for cool heads to prevail between UTAG and the NLC. It is assembly there, but it remains to be seen whether the lecturers will comply with the order of the court. The UTAG had stated that its members were ready to bear the consequences of the strike. We and some kaka about free courts now.
Well, Fatih, me found just in a major thoughts on UTAG and Semia. It has gotten to the point that you're compelling or more to go to the classroom?
Sammy, I wasn't hoping for it to get to this point, in all honesty. I felt that government was going to be pushed to want to sit with them and listen to them and you kind of say, Anna, they are part of the bargain. Cecilia Yakachomu said they should go back to the classroom and then continue with the negotiation. No? I hope that government will not take advantage of the fact to say, as at this point, you know, the same attitude that fire and may do some people say whether we like it or not, sometime I have been lost. Students be alcohol to that campus for a month and over. And I'm hoping say best start a fresh kind of. We put all the grievances aside. Now, you tag and abaya kotina say na omo akasa. And it's now, I don't think it's anything new. And I said they are asking for new things. And yet some agreements, the discussions are also that in honoring them, no, and then that as a problem, no, abem, no. So I hope that you're very amicable solution. In all honesty, because some will come back to classroom. They can go back to classroom, finish a semester, and go back. That's negotiations. You know, I hate it. You know, we need finality to the issue. You know, what they want. You know, they are buyer agree to obey. You know, on shame na on not to agree and then go back on your word. Also remember the 5 cities and then you turn around and give the person 1 city or even not pay at all. No. I think we should stop, but in all honesty, and I think that the court gave them kind of enough room, so because first one, Okukacha was a go and settle out of court, but this one, if they're compelled to go back to the classroom, I understand UTAG says they are studying the release and the court ruling, and then they would advise themselves or they would take the necessary action, but. Honestly, that means like the court will compel them to go back. Because for me, there, I
think that the level of proactiveness you see in NLC show in this matter, as far as trying to get the striking teachers, lecturers to go back to the classroom, no. I am hoping that when matters of concern such as this come to them, and they are part of the resolution where they themselves as NLC have made orders to parties, say, Ibia, making sure, say, agreement, I'm expecting that the NLC would show the same level of professionalism, same level of enthusiasm, same level of proactiveness to make sure that some of these things are resolved. So, I mean, you see, the NLC over here has picked on the easy target. Until the lecturers are on strike, let us go to court, seek an injunction to compel them to go back to the classroom. Forgetting that there are legitimate concerns that are on the table, I say to me, Diano. And again, Sammy, can the NLC or does the NLC have the power to tell government, say, Munkona Munko do the Mun share Suma lectures, Munkona Munko do so? Does the NLC have the power to do so?
No.
But the NLC has the power to go to court and seek an injunction. Say, another party, I want discussion in there, Unko the right thing. Unko class.
No, but almost betting your court, I compel government.
Exactly. So, the NLC picking, Nipa now, but on any bet me, you see, clearly shows, you see, NLC hasn't acted in good faith in this particular matter. Because, Sammy, there was an agreement that government is supposed to go by. And this, Sammy, you see, this, let's go and negotiate. No, Sammy, it is on paper. This is what the lecturers are due. This is what we agreed. This is not what they are getting. But NLC doesn't see it prudent, say, or compel the employer say go and do the right thing. But it is rather the easy targets, the lectures. So I mean, it's rather unfortunate. And for me, I don't know what advice the lawyers would give the lecturers from there. But I am hoping that whatever it is, the lecturers continue to press home for demands. So I mean, the lecturers deserve the best. And I'm saying that, look, you can force the horse to the riverside, you can't force it to drink. The lecturers can have a half-hearted approach towards lectures if they are compelled to go to the lecture house. So I mean, an honest lecture, yes, you appear, you make an appearance in a lecture hall. I bet me actually be your whiteboard, no so. Go and read, say. Go and read, say. Okay, so a bad lecture.
Yeah.
If that is the kind of lecturing we want to see in the universities, I mean, then let us go on like this. But a hungry man is always an angry man.
Well, Raymond, what I would say about this whole matter would be, sir, what is triggering all these agitations? What is triggering all these demands? Is it the case, sir, now all this while, SITAG will call strike, TE will call strike, UTAG, and the rest of them? No one is a previously meeting a striker now. You see, we are always told say COVID-19 abebreyase. And indeed, government is in a tight corner. Because we first cannot have COVID-19 at Roma, Sikano, even you thank you, Kuburo, any day support, any day because we are able to Kwampa. Fine. But you see, that option is also not there. And the government now kasano ninsachichire ni sikasem ho. But you see, what makes it difficult for these lecturers and teachers to admit to themselves and accept to say government won't actually into the end to your boss man kakra and the things we hear in the media as to what the priorities are for government itself when it comes to its policies and their implementation. Yetia sakatia promunsem ebaye. Meboa. The executive, the legislature, what happened? Aketua hin ye de ma omo. And aketua hin ye de ma public servants. And is a wo hona say ye catch say bia obelity mu. Na nipa na osi mia obelity ni mu no. Wono de wagumu a
wa sejalabia.
There be one sejalabia. Wo wi trophy. Obufu. You see, so sometimes you didn't come for lectures one. You paint a picture no enchiro man for you. Go to the lecture rooms and see the number of students these lectures are teaching. Huge numbers. Huge numbers no much no. We are obey assignment. What ya momo. We mark na. We are. Some of them have responsibilities as hall masters. They have all those roles to play. That aside, the teacher is trying to transform the teaching process which requires research. Require research in this way, and so you check one says teacher no. When no one can require research no from ade. Teacher, the car sent the same. Teacher, na accommodation some at the same. And so, if there were avenues for these teachers to have some of these reliefs, Fatty, I don't think we'll find ourselves here. But if all the time what we are seeing is Article 71 holders, we market you there, a surround aircraft, jumpy, but yeah, ye jina for my year chem korana de no. Ye fire ho. How do we understand you? Even though we know sincerely, genuinely say COVID-19 has really ravaged us. You see, Fatty, there's a saying I always tell my friends who are in business. Say, what the bank car? In Land Cruiser. What the bank car? Yentri expensive car.
Massa.
Share
delay the enjoyment.
David Fatty, that's what I make. Share.
Ghana government. Sika hena bobusia mundi. More private jet, more
Ghana, this is my imagine say what to say. Ghana, see, no be a time so be a
delay judgment there
though. Fatty,
government the country private jet.
Yeah, can say we a businessman. What you loan A, there are defaults. Loan B with another bank, there are also defaults. You are trying to service. Me, I go and buy a saloon car.
Oh, please.
No.
I didn't know baby. Oh, no, Mama land here. Mama land here. Would the bank car a shell to? Would you Land Cruiser out in them Chromo and say you want to meet your loan?
I buy the car. But President and Kofa economy in 2 coin.
And no any problem. That is where the problem lies. That is where the challenge lies. You say, why is it that market your assembly? Would you grow? Name my banner saying work it your assembly. Pa, need them.
Because of air. But
yeah,
on air.
Because they.
And your traffic is kind of easy die.
More money and Jessica. Money and Jessica.
Money and Jessica. But Sammy, only maybe. Question I say Bisani say.
But answer my Bisani question.
Okay.
More for strategic ways.
We also thought about how many lecturers that you were by you. All the only problem I have, they say, if Woody say you can't beat the debates, Woody say Woody to beat here, and to what am I saying? The most annoying part of the whole situation is agreement. That fail owner namo. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Woody say Woody to meet here. Woody say debates don't make it. You can't afford it. And then I would do too in the first place.
So only part of your lectures ni yano. The fact say omuko chapa time or private universities sikano kramu ya desi in omutia or bibia omuye juma or full scale.
Mama many a year Madam Hartwell Selassie Tamaklo ending komo or a national president Graduate Students Association of Ghana. Na Yimbisano what she makes of the impasse are dragging over a month and the decision by the court whether they are in support of it. Initially, the students had indicated that they were in support of their lectures. Today, what's their position? All right, I think so we have dropped the line. We'll try and re-establish contact with Hartwell Selassie Tamaklo and have a conversation with her. Good morning, Hartwell, and thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Sammy.
I'm hoping you're doing well.
Very fine.
It's good to have you on the show this morning. So, this whole situation with the teachers and their employers, as graduate students, what's your position, especially seeing how far it's traveled?
Okay, thank you very much. For us, one way or the other, we are a bit disappointed in government because we were expecting the resolution of this thing to take a different dimension. As it is now, we haven't seen any resolution. UTAG is saying unless they get the document before they would respond to it, whether they are going back or not. So it looks like we are in the middle of nowhere. So we are a little disappointed. That's not what we were expecting.
Your disappointment, where is it stemming from specifically?
As I said, our disappointment is standing from government side because this strike action is not something that just occurred. 6 months ago, which was in August, the lecturers went to a strike the same way, and we all said it. We all pleaded with them that they should go back to the classroom for us to complete the semester, academic year. And also we pleaded with government that as we are asking the lecturers to go back, he should also do the needful so that this wouldn't occur again. Only for us to be there till 6 months and we are facing this unfortunate situation. we are disappointed. We are disappointed. Government is the mother body, and we are expecting governments to consider we the students, because we are the receiving end. We are the ones suffering. Government should consider us and resolve this issue. The way it's going, I'm afraid the students are seriously agitating. We have been calming them down, and I don't know. We can't tell, unless by close of day, we can't tell what the way forward is going to be.
What's the basis for their agitation, and what are they agitated about? As to what?
They are agitating because the school has reopened. They are not attending lectures. They don't know what the academic year is going to look like, whether there is going to be an extension or they are going to be forced to learn something that they should have been learning for. There will be a shortening in the academic year. They don't know what they are doing. The foreign students are agitating because they have a period of a duration that they should be in the country, and they can't tell what they are doing. It's a frustrating situation, and that is why they are agitating.
All right, now let's come to the ruling of the court yesterday, compelling UTAG to come to the classroom. Does that satisfy you as students?
That is what the court is saying, my brother. But we don't know what UTAG is saying. And that is why we can't be satisfied with it. We can't be satisfied with it because the final say, which we are not, we don't want such situations to happen where it will look like people are disobeying the court. We are afraid. We don't know what is going to happen.
Now, let's talk about the way forward, especially as to whether there's going to be an extension for students on campus, issues to do with residency, hostels the students are in. If it does happen that there's an extension, how easy would it be for students to cope, seeing that they are paid for a certain period?
It is not going to be easy for students. It's not going to be easy for parents. Because the hostel owners are not in business with government. They are doing their business and they take the rent for a period of time. So if that period elapses, they would be forced to take extra money from the students. And this can never be a pleasant situation for students and their parents. It can't be.
All right, Selassie, I will thank you for joining us this morning. If it does happen that, let's say, UTAG files for a stay of execution of the court's ruling, or they appeal the decision, would you be considering leaving campus as students on your own?
The students would do something that we have been trying to prevent all this while.
What is that something?
We will get there. Let's pray that it doesn't get to that point. But as I said, there have been agitations here and there, and we the leaders have been trying to control the tempest. And we don't want it to get there.
Do the students?
The students are not taking it lightly at all. They are not.
Do the students intend to also hit the streets with demonstrations?
If that has to be the final thing they can do, they are ready and willing to do it. they are ready and willing to do it, which I don't know. It's not good. This is what we are telling them. They should calm down. It won't help us for now, but government should do something. This is an uncalled for situation. Government must do something about it.
Now, out of curiosity, let me ask this, Selassie. It's obvious that government is in a tight corner. Government consistently since 2019, 2020, 2021 has been telling us that COVID-19 has really struck them badly, and so it's thrown their finances off gear. The finance minister's reading of the budget consistently indicates that our revenue mobilization is in trouble, our sources of income, everything is in trouble. And so your weights that you are throwing behind your lectures, who are demanding these monies from government, which seemingly hasn't got that money, is it fair to government?
One interesting thing, the students, when you tell them this, what you just said, when you tell them, what they will ask you is that the situation in the country before our president is flying in private jets? They don't want to even hear us telling them that the government says there is no money. They don't want to hear it. So, what shows we don't have money in this country? We have money. They should sort the lectures out and let's go back to class.
All right. Selassie, I thank you for making time to join us this morning.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
And that's a heartful Selassie Temaklo, who is GRASAC's national president, joining us live on the show. We're trying to make contact with UTAC to find out from them if they have received their copy of the ruling of the court and whether they are going to abide by the ruling to return to the classroom. Ray, what is Selassie? My final question about Aban Esikasem Enkoyi. Intino Senkebeya. I didn't know woman who say Aban is kind of one for their mom. COVID-19, we are suffering Abril Biase and Tinkomunia Betrayal Cram from Abai.
Sammy, now COVID-19 more than a war, and somewhere in August, Abani lectures no Cotinasia agreements are also. Now COVID-19, and I want to believe that government considered a few factors. And also looked at the fact that more coffers no better me take care of what they were promising at the time. And you know, hard drink if today we are using Yanisika as an excuse for not honoring promise when we went to the negotiation table. But that said, no, so I mean, government is seeking you. But the students will say, Omutu coin. Private jets in Sensem Koso. Automatically, we've seen projected figures of how much it's costing the state for the president to travel across the length and breadth of the world. Ain't it, Sammy?
That's what invested. Maybe I won't go. What maybe I won't go? What is someone when you cry? Until length and breadth of the world,
oh, that be said.
Apart from that, what are the benefits of President Akwetu? Why are we not looking at that?
Oh, you see,
why are we not looking at that? The benefits of a friend is saying, President. No. I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
Benefits.
Have we also attempted to look at the benefits of President Akwetu to 2 now?
Sir, EIB 170 million loan. Otukwa no the buy.
It is a 170 million. That's I spend
ya fanche
500.
No, but Sammy, you see, apart from president spending on aircrafts in India, there have been calls for the waste in the system. You try to say CV. Ultimately, you silly loopholes in India. Again, we've been told say and budget presidency impo expending. But to me, you won't be
the World Bank even told us the exemptions are the
tax exemptions,
so-called corporate entities, international, multinational companies, the World Bank didn't shy away from telling us, it doesn't yield the results. And into your tax exemptions.
Exactly.
It doesn't yield it.
So you see, once we are able to
wait, respectfully.
Yeah.
Opa, you see on the Spintex Road, the Tema Enclave, and the Free Zones Enclave. Look, yen share one more muye adwuma wo ho. Ghana for muye adwuma wo ho. Maybe say so marketia saying. Una moto ya ho. Now most of these companies here, most of the times you see they are enjoying these exemptions and all. Now na moto na emphasis about 4 5 one now has a guest the free one companies ni no one enam kwan ho be car. Ask them how much they take. Fatty. Employment is not employment. Employment is not just employment. They say, and I'm here, and I admit you at 150 Ghana. Yes, that company is enjoying huge exemptions in millions, and yet seemingly is employing, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 Ghanaians, and that person is paying them 150 Ghana, 300 Ghana, 400 Ghana at the end of the month. But just because the company can mention figures, numbers, that I've employed 2,000 Ghanaians, I've employed 3,000 Ghanaians, government is not concerned about how much really are these Ghanaians earning. Actually, there are a lot of these multinational companies that Sikai Etia Ghana for no. Sefem. But only Panasonic means Nefi, say Menyajuma. And so, say 100 Ghana, say 200 Ghana Kwampa, Wabaka Kwaye Jumano. And so you find people going up and this is now they talk or the theatre. And so it is hand to mouth. But in the eye of the government, some 2,000 Ghanaians have been employed. In the eye of the government, some 3,000 Ghanaians have been employed. And then these multinationals make the money. Have we not been here, me engineer, Nayafa expatriate thereby, okuta the same qualifications as me. Near Nabedru Ghana Hanum say multinational will enjoy tax exemptions. Not Memetianum say I'm an engineer with the same qualifications as my compatriot from, let's say, Germany or wherever. You tell me 2,000 Ghana cedis. Now my compatriot in the bar, you man $5,000. Fatty, your man accommodation, our plush area. I'm on a car, I'm on a driver, I'm on all these, and the Ghanaian is earning 2,000, and the person is looking for accommodation himself. Sometimes he has to buy his own car.
Yeah, but Sam, I remember so. I think somewhere in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Now, when say presidency has submitted 998 staffers to Parliament. Say, some number no ejuma. Yeah. Anibia, some number no eswati.
Baby.
Pay checks no.
Mame check it. Mame check it.
If number no sunte, Sammy again. You ask yourself, say, some numbers now your bono. Are they just employed? To say now we describe employment in other languages, no. Are they just employed and are they employed? And if they are really employed, Sammy, nobody is saying say 998 no. Ibia obi wo ho a ne hu ni mfaso. But I mean, we are saying that if the numbers are high, na akitua no so doso, then of course the budget of the presidency, ebe kesi mebo. Now increments bar in that regard and cover certain areas, of course they would also benefit from it. Again, budget no esra na beko. Now the teachers are also saying, say, we also belong to an employment winger. We also deserve good conditions of service. And yakot na table who are negotiations there. And they say they agree, the same way other people who work at other places, whether it's another government agency, other state institution, whether it's the presidency, the same way they also enjoy omo perks ni omo BBR. They should also get saved. So, I mean, I don't think say this assembly, it's I say you can't be brave. So that even if government has to go and borrow to take off the lectures, so I mean, would be a borrowing for a wedding course. Ultimately, I mean, for me, you know, it's a bit difficult. Mommy say, Metias here, the entire, you know, the lectures are up and solution doesn't seem to be coming. Education minister knows. I mean, I would have expected, say, with his expertise from America, so they Babe deliver quality education or Hano. I would have thought, say, Obano, how to prevent some of these things from becoming a norm and are becoming a ritual, annual ritual. No, now your man can expect from America. No, because I mean, what is America? University lectures on Marcos strike 36 days. Very well. So you know, that is the kind of education minister we have. Somebody who has been to. He's been in America. One of the best educational systems. Robert Tumiaka say his experience it, he's felt it. He himself even has been a principal.
But you know
a headmaster.
But you know the environments are different.
No, Sammy, yes. You see, the environments are different. But you pick best practices and try to find a way to tailor it into your system. Ultimately. So, how come universities across the world, no, or lecturers, no, they are not up in arms? Or should they be as a and I get you and buy. What exactly what goes on in those systems? The education minister may not have been privy to her. On to me, she say, vice chancellors, Mumbra. Now, because I mean, look, private universities, no, how are they able to take care of their teachers? They are paying fees. Maybe school fees, students, no, and making sure they take care of their teachers. If we've reached a point where we feel that public universities are paying far too low, government to make sure and the universities to take care of obligations, some will take care of government, so there's so many obey. I mean, then I think that we should reconsider all those things.
All right. My name Mr. Akusa Eninkomo, Deputy PRO, Emma, the Ministry of Education. Now, in Bisan, how they received the news of the court compelling the UTAC to go back to the classroom. And UTAC position is that they will study the documents one more and Saka, and they will know their next line of action to take. Obani, you want to pay? Minia.
So, Minia Bema.
No one is saying.
At
the ministry, in Komabena Moody, EFA a year and UTAC, Yeshua Mokete said they should go back to the classroom.
Well, news, you know, every court to the bar, because right from the outset, National Labour Commission and make public statements, UTAC strike and Macron illegal. The illegality aspect, and they say you can't be said you was strike, and at the same time, we expect our employer engage you. It's never done anyway. And so last week, Minister for Education, before then, we share vice chancellors, you know, there were 15 public universities, you know, no more share the guitar be now. To follow up on that, the following there 2 or 3 days, and Minister for National Security, Yera Kandapa, Minister for Public Relations and Labour, and also by Finance Ministry, Deputy, and also by Penfoning in Arno and leadership of UTAG and Edding Kitahumbebre. But the bottom line, UTAG Pesa Banka Sebia, when you say, no, ministry. And I said that Trapata the committee, you said your roadmap I follow through. Sir, market premium, yes, you can survey number. Abide the amount leadership of Utah. Say go and study the survey, critique it. Maybe I have said no survey no anchor you. And to say anything, because survey no what you call the market premium. So who base pay 114% now or pay way back 2011, 2013, no. Aban is that yes suspended. We ain't trying to move it. It's no more proactive. Your roadmap you follow through. It is a striking of course. So early January now a year aban na kakrasa. Why? Because your timelines are going to follow through accordingly. So why such a strike? So one call a strike it off and I'm suspended. Mumani and Tinasi. When roadmap ani follow you do has say.
Abai my timelines they follow through. Say yeah, me who sampa your legitimate concerns now you're raising now and about betting a meeting. So a meeting in our crowd, no betting a meeting halfway.
All right.
Last week, almost echo courts. The Labour Commission don't call court last week, Omukoi. And so courts, you know, share that last week, said, no, share. The courts, you know, I would say, almost suspend the strike, you know, we call it off the strike. No, we go back to lecture theatre. No, we can't coach right there. It's a consensus about reasoning, you know, and the employer, government is ready to sit down with them. They are finding a lasting solution to the impasse. But it seems as a leadership of Utah, we say, I remember as one of the meetings, we raised ministry not demonstrated, Ministry of Education not demonstrated bad faith. That is not the issue. The first said, we are dragging, and that's our check a cry. It does not amount to bad faith. And we had demonstrated. Is it about strike? I know the day. Court order 7 come back. Now, many station because I know who business so because of I'm saying no. Your member in as much as say who work concerns in the court not any final arbiter or make determination or say respecting rule of law. Once if I'm running show say I'm running a dinner so the far with Juma I'm a so about employee. So about the employee there. Runner a governing say Juma the far so also respected.
All right. There are two issues I'm basically doing one sem. Sa LMS ya oka one sem no. Labor market survey ya oka one sem no. I remember I chanced upon an article, a piece on a Daily Graphic. I am looking for it. I've seen it. Now let me read it to you because you keep emphasizing on that. And the fact that our teacher for instance, reading no input, not based upon that, and moving forward. You also reference a roadmap, which I'll seek clarity on. But let me read from Daily Graphic publication on yeah. This was in January of 2022. Isaac Yeboah and a Troye. Now, my kind of paragraph, a 5 no at the amount. Was it, but according to UTAC, not only has government failed to address the concerns within the agreed timelines, it has also implemented recommendations of a labor market survey report in a manner that the association deemed meaningless, as the implementation is without any accompanying technical report on the implementable market premium and does not address the pertinent issues of improved conditions of service. And to me, survey you can watch and report, has government initiated steps to implement it?
Survey, report ABBA. Labor Ministry at the copy of my leadership of youth. We'll concost steady. Namun critique. So I have seen a BIF survey, I have for Mayor Western. And I said this category of July for the Mayor Winum or Musika Crossroad. Meaning, I said the market survey is the bottom line as the principle behind it say obiche economics. Economics lecture and only why didn't see a bigger biana. We need to robotics, which engineering. Some pani ya market. That's ya kwa pebi. I'm an ababa chadi we universities now. And who be diana? It is a who be the idea. They place a certain level be our so we can ever cost. Now, by no every survey now. One critiquing you, only means CI, so that you attach values to it. Then no one cost striker. Round table discussion because so. Nanya is seminar na obetiko is a seminar say head and fine tuning in any and today seminar between at trouble say now concerns na legitimate na you tag raising but behind closed doors and in summer revelation about last week now a faber then I say you tag and seminar mo kan krampo no ina so no head any should be brisa then my buy na ma o to ni police what daily krampo na they buy is ready to sit down with them. They are finding lasting solution to the impact. But to say, oh, yeah, cost strike, I'm appealing to you, all mini Ghanaians will be done. So let's go back to the lecture theatre. Yeah, I'm not tenacity. Me and a market premium now, more can was in respect of the base pay. And I'm going to say a year to your red map, you follow through accordingly. The funny solution. And see, the only say, that's a ministry of education, and the more you target you, and for the Obama Yadi, so the college workers strike. Abanus here willing, so determined, so committed, so no better than no negotiate.
Opani report about with a technical report.
LMS. No, said now once you receive the finding the statistical department at the aircraft survey number. Yeah, just we study again anyway. Whether the technical report or otherwise, just study it. You make your inputs. So these are the informed a year based on year consultation with leadership. Anyway, but we don't do such step, and we are calling for the technical report. Having regard to the something that findings there, it's a form of I say inconsistency. The inconsistency be as about the part of the usual practice. Government there acknowledge and also consider say a form of dragging the feet. At what point you target if you say I don't know also much was. Now you who say and I'm saying na you too. Your roadmap you follow through. As a band cramp at least occasionally you can make a statement. So government said dragging the feet. And I don't know beyond about buying and I am fulfilling a part of it.
Of any Mimbisa now work roadmap. And you've been saying roadmap for a while now. At the time, UTAC for a strike here, one more suspended here. I think we had a window of a month. Near the has a bit me resolve issues we amicably no. Per the roadmap you reference no, where were we?
Now you drew pointer. So by close of December, matters survey statistical departments, a beba na yama copy, yama leadership of UTAC copy. No more steady. So most steady we are. Na masani ababa betinasi. So okay, steady we are. If he said, gray areas be or say it to me a correctino. Bibisa no anko so. On the 4th of January, and UTAC, I think the Legon branch or so, initiative process. So Abaya and Tuana more we are on the cross strike. On the 10th of January, and declares our strike action. No, you're ready. So, the amount of study here. We'll study reporting in the near whom and I'm going to say to a few. It's a rubber upon the abide no follow through. But on the part of UTAC, you know, so Abano, Trinchani Nazis, Abano header and demonstrating good faith in the other.
Of an enemy business time being a government they report no ama UTAC for.
The timeline was 31st of December, and there was some debate. But 1st week of January, and Sakai.
So government itself did not meet its own deadline of December.
Oh, it's just 1 week interval. 1 week interval. I don't say. At least we say December.
No, but it's about
because and the statistical department and they are at least also to be fine tuned document normal several all the parties and today if you say just be less than I think just even less than 1 week and buying a finishing with the information.
Well, you're moving on. Some ya bedroom so ya bedroom yes, one more enko suku no more kochradie what that's almost pro. What next? Seeing say some more decide some more comply na kwampa and you say be almost the energy and almost they comply. What next?
Who can be besides or pro and they are moving sa they should what? Comply with the court order. I am ra and you're forward, man. I am ra and a government be bia na mo to be bia na emra ewo and to was some no court the right to buy and lawyer call born in crony. It is a court na sa issue order and also make a determination say call off the strike, we'll suspend and we'll go back. I'm going to conquer them. No more employer and conquer Tenacia. I think so. We need to yes, you respect him, Rano. Some when you did your Jumadia, I say I respected the rule of law.
All right.
Regardless, because them Rabia court decision be anywhere. But parties, the other party, I order plenty for the defendants, Sometimes defendants anybody, sometimes plenty people anybody. So this are sort of the dynamics within the court fraternity.
We would have to end it here. Medawas and Opay say Ojimena and Medium Como.
This Medawas Aquania with Yamami.
Deputy PR Emma, the Ministry of Education, Ernest Akosa in no Edium Como. Ebedani Hoeba near Twan Company. For near Shafuna, near the Funina, and Berg Medina. So, Minia, Kwame Dam to Bia Ubia, and Opabia, not Michiao, I'm hoping say oh yeah no mapa na obobra pa baby a obi a anope kwam damte me chiao anope yenkwa homa so na ye Dr. Samuel Bodi Kusi ending komo edina mo bone edin be Dr. Samuel Bodi Kusi ending komo first the UCC chapter of the UTAC no ending komo. Doc, good morning. Hello, good morning, Doc. All right. Too bad. I'm saying line I drop it, but we'll try and Doc ABD and Komosi and Sa some of the issues that the PR for the Ministry of Education always, maybe Shana say Anyibiana at Tisana. And to say Dr. Chimbi or department
of economics.
And then no movie free economics department of
Department of digital
technology.
Where Richard department
tech
yes.
Technology.
Yes.
Okay. As a BB pushy doc free.
Yes.
Economics department so called IT department.
Yes. Yeah. IT. Yes. IT.
Sorry, say Doc Nyambaya.
Oba.
Doc Nyambaya. Meshushama.
Sir.
Abronye in police grips.
Check, meba. Doc. Say, yeah, me to time I'm there train Doc.
Okay.
I'll buy time a for Doc.
Abronya in police grips over coup claims against Bahama. Na Sami Assembly PA pe and Ghana Police Service and almost a Jumane dear Ombe Juma decision Amagana for. It immediately almost issue statements. Na first statement no eba anopa. Na dear Odepa Kwame Damte meba. Okay, Sami. First statement Ghana Police Service at the buy near. Na eno essay. Please invite Mr. Kwame Bafo alias Abronya DC for investigation. The attention of the police service was drawn to a publication in which Mr. Kwame Bafo alias Abronya is alleged to have said the former president John Dramani Mahama is allegedly planning to stage a coup. The Accra Regional Police Command has invited Mr. Kwame Bafo to report to the regional headquarters by 4 p.m. today to assist investigation. Failure of which he will be arrested. The public will be updated in due course. And only first statement Ghana Police Service the buy later in the day and now almost to me a release second statement say in Sema Ewoho or say arrest of Mr. Kwame Bafo alias Abronya DC. Mr. Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronya DC, reported to the Accra Regional Police Command following an invitation extended to him to assist investigation. Preliminary investigation has established that his claims against the former president are untrue and likely to occasion a breach of the peace. In view of this, he has been formally arrested and charged on 2 counts of publication of false news and offensive conduct conducive to breaches of peace. He has been detained and will be arraigned before court tomorrow, Wednesday, 16th February 2022. We urge the public to be circumspect in all their dealings, including pronouncements, since anyone who falls foul of the law will be taken through the due process of the law. Signed, Juliana Obin, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Public Affairs Unit, Accra. So, I mean, we need development at APF, Mr. Kwame Bafo.
Well, Ramon, some would say the police is being proactive. Some would say the police is doing their job. But I'll be careful in saying that police for no ayo mojuma and I say one more ayo mojuma. The reason why I'm saying so is that so we catch them in Sami say mene Ghana #1 armed robber and a Shibomu na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde Al-Qaeda for ɛbɔ ɔman wei sɛ mu a is it not me ankasa me duty say in the protection of me image me court
yeah
na makasa asumasi aka we afa me ho nti say ni court nhwehwem
that is true
no provide the evidence me boa it's beginning to look like say for me as a police for no more overzealous for me and no make kind statement be a na director of public affairs director to the Ghana Police now o make his statement be to the effect say they are doing what they are doing to make us journalists responsible in our reportage. And I'm like, no, me can't asem me can't asem say. At what point did it become the responsibility? At what point did it become the responsibility of the police to keep us responsible with our reportage?
If Sarah police they can't,
yes, he said that.
Or out of order.
Yeah, he said that.
But
let me look for the story.
In this particular case, I think it's not about bringing sanity, within the media space. And then you are authority or also checking Sadio Baro.
The National Media Commission is there.
And your friend say associations they their crowd home to be a from. But in this case, I think it's about in the interest of public good. Having information it goes against the security of the country. Into work assembly and as a whole platform so that you can then they invite now about the I don't see anything wrong with it. But if say Nipana or attribute statement need to know that is the explanation they are giving there. Then
I say we are not putting fear into journalists. We want them to be responsible and the story quotes. Also, the police is not doing anything to put fear into the media or to prevent the media in its operations. All that we are saying is that journalists must be responsible, should make sure that things put out are in line with good practices. Now, police no. It's not their job.
No.
For me, that's why I'm saying that. For me, I think that they are being overzealous.
In some cases.
Yes. No, Abronia. Now, so that Abronia.
In some cases.
Yes, for me.
In some cases.
Look, Fatih, there was an instance and I'm new be Dinkomo. It's a good thing that the IGP is doing.
But I don't understand you.
Journalist. I won't say so.
Sammy. Why not?
I won't say so.
Why?
Sammy. I won't say so.
Because you want to be a responsible journalist.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sammy, only maybe.
Let me put it on record, Fatih. There are 7 individuals I won't host on my show.
You were going to say some. Because Kalba Beka say,
hey, now
I'm taking it on for the claim.
No.
Answer.
I don't want to make Sammy. Sammy, this Abronia man.
What do you mean by this Abronia man?
Sammy, no, you see, when say Ghana police, and mama Abronia, I am emboldened oye de oye. Sammy, this is not the first time Abronia has made wild allegations against former President John Dramani Mahama. In May 2020, Abronia on the 2 television, Eka said, John Dramani Mahama was hatching a plot to assassinate MPP personalities, including him, Abronia. 2, Abronia alleged on that TV show, said JDM killed the late former president. And Sammy, you see, this is well documented. Lita Brew.
I said, who is calling for an inquest into the late president.
Lita Brew, law firm, a petition the CID, head of CID, 2-page documents citing all these things plus video evidence. Edoko 2 minimum, May 4, 2020. Said this is the evidence. Investigate this man. Sammy, that matter went silent. Yantishi and found. Today again, Abronia has the mouth to speak because Oka first one, Obi Anyeneshi. Abronia once again has thrown another one in. And you see, Sammy, this is very dangerous. The Odiabano. And you can't who seen the Odiba first. Because, Sammy,
I kind of the challenges you small.
Yes, you see, and Sammy, Osha Sabridge and Nankasa, your neighbors, they are struggling to deal with, bandits, terrorism, Niama way. Sammy, and so for somebody to claim, say, a former president, that's Sammy, former president is as powerful as anybody, or you're powerful, you can't. And for him to allege, say, former president is plotting with Al Qaeda to stage a coup. When we all know in Sensema Ekoso was Sabridge in Noma, Sammy, this is not a matter that should be taken as a joke. Until please now, if you realize this, oh, a mistake first time. Until this time, they have to find a way to catch this man. They have to find a way to make sure, say, the running mouth, no, to me is silly man. So I hope that process is a bit costly. And so he's been, and I remember, I said, first letter, later, they reminded the police of the British Constitution, codes now branching to me British. They reminded the police. And it is the same publication of false information in the manner normally charging. So I'm hoping that this matter doesn't die just like the other ones did. This matter is investigated thoroughly, and the former president Dankasano, I'm hoping that he also takes this man on civil suit. Once we are a criminal now, on also the civil suit account. Some of these loose comments, and Babio. So these things, you see, and today it is former president, but somebody will become former president again. And we shouldn't encourage people to sit back and be throwing salvos at people who are supposed to be statesmen. Unsubstantiated. And the police have confirmed that indeed, this matter, there's no veracity in this matter. So, what's now no kind? Yes. And what's now really on TV? And I make her say, if the police had nipped, you see, Sammy,
every uncle, your friend, and don't say, me who no, and that's a meeting, say, on the way I call your meeting, and that's a me who saw the way your meeting, and that's saying on person somebody Al Qaeda for the back.
Meaning, didn't tell me this is a question, no?
No.
Meaning, didn't tell me this is a question. I know what I'm asking that question. Yes.
And I'm on the platform.
The media has become so sensational. The media, our core mandate of educating, informing, entertaining, and all. You are talking numbers.
But Sammy, some people find these things entertaining.
Fatih, how can you find this entertaining?
Sammy.
Look, let me make this emphatic statement.
Some people find
me, I am unable to listen to certain individuals. I'm unable to.
For example,
Abronye.
And who?
I won't mention the rest.
And Dr. Achebe.
No, because you see, you to me allow you who say you can't send be. Look, we end this we MPP. There are certain words you can't use them. There are certain things you can't say them.
The police must make these people responsible.
But near Tihana National Media Commission, Tihana say now and the journalists by go and watch TV and listen to radio this morning on some networks. At the attempt Obediaman for them sa near private life about and you know as can. And the funny thing is, that's what Ghanaians love.
Exactly.
That's what Ghanaians love.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the test. Look, there's a guy. I mean, money because with the man or ya, and or you see a power, so I won't be respond.
And then I want to respond.
I'm not responding.
I won't respond.
One more, Ame. Na. Obejina swa okay. Mabo. Na nipa 1,000.
Yeah, sure.
No, Fatih, it's not about that. But you see, it's about the citizenry, the taste we are developing. Say, so being the opinion tem, and then you pay. Say, Kebetina Hanum say, and you use your language in Libya. Go and watch the numbers. That will be on our social media. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want. No, be more a brand here, edge not the tower, win the Congo, no Gina TV, so no dear tem. And that's what we want. Me, Charlie. Some of us.
Are you the court?
Are you the police?
No, Sammy, I'm hoping that this matter doesn't die.
No. Charlie, we can't.
Sammy, these allegations are
wild. Say, I can't want some now. The kind of journalism I hear. Look, in some country, Obi na question radio, no kwaka assembly. and the war by you.
That is.
And the war
by you.
And see, I'm sure I see a boy and high so. And oh, when we didn't somebody on Mocasanio, when we didn't some Mocasanio. Daku. Ebe yina. Yanka wasem na. And the attempt dosso. Casanchini dosso. Casamuntiani dosso. Unsubstantiated statement, lies, fabrications, and no one know.
So America say the police must make sure these people are kept in check. Responsibility na police no. These are how so much safe.
But no, while the police is doing its work, those who have oversight responsibility to bring sanity, to the media. No, I was almost somewhere on Bejuba. That's what I said. You call the station to order. You call the journalist to order. Because
who you invite to Abronye? Who knows Abronye but to Savo?
O say, na say me who kasa say we are mo atwa sign.
What do you say?
Me on my show. If you make such a statement, I will let you.
Ucha sign doesn't end it.
O say,
Ucha sign no. It doesn't solve the
yes, but I would have done my duty to let my listener and my viewer know say on this platform this is not allowed. Say police for person more taking it on afterwards. Say the person involved in the person taking. But for me as a journalist, I would have done my job to make you retract that statement on air. After but okay, no one not was what only party to was no kagum.
Also, your mama then. That's how. Also, your mama then.
Some of them sir. It's what them go for neighbor. Oh, na some dem no here. And in fire one no. 0244885140. I some yes I host dey be that. Oh, HMS for no moment teacher be ba. 0244885140. Eh, jam. 0549508687. And then number na bomba me. 0549508687 and 0244885140. Obi to afena on the edin komo e wo jumedi so. Hello.
Good morning, Brasami.
Yes, sir. Tuga.
Brasami, we tell you, Brother Christa Boralaji.
Yanko.
Asama wo ka se won kadi na wo mo waji asen ya fe.
Asama bi zeden.
O si won kadi. O si won waji asama na pa.
Sesen.
Aboya asama e bo kan si ya o si won kadi.
Asama nka abonya asem.
Anka jai discussion in my friends party any effect remo.
Na na maka wa abonya ho.
Na si anka ni se wo kadi. De ma me kwa manim. Wo ka se won kadi na wa ikum. Na wa jia mo be kan no maka na ye ya ye chiniti.
Amu pe no ho.
Say, oh, say, remo a fact battery. Abonya aka wo ma we mi. Oh, say, o manu. Bible can send me nsa. O say, nipa bi say, o boda ma, won we skeni. And obi a won nimdie. E na asofo. O ti won asofo esikafo. E na omo nimdie. So omo boda ma obi ehun. Nti wo say we dey normal. Ba ya fa no ti won enko ani. Why interest degree and a power in a point sham? Now, you let's say, yeah, Markham is beginning now. Say about editing. Now, a first, and there, you on school fees, no school. For there 1 month, you gonna enter on fee. You can't call to say, share your friend saying, teacher for lectures, so we'll go back no more try with what reason? With what reason say, show me back some more try it. Asa, we first you are we don't can't be but
Medo ase software na ba jumedi ni so no pay 0244885140 0549508687 obetimi eni edin komo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Pacho ma onesi kakra mo amisiro pi.
Yo, yeah, mkacho from Robert Mfitema.
Robert Yanko.
Pacho pi ai NPP ni government na ni yutag wa samno. Munye di na won fanya won yutag fanya government because previous government by not work contact not to scale or mining is into one thing here. When men to my issue ko trade. We to wa power. Na yari oti de ni abegu wiase mo biara rebre. Na sen ko fia so raba. Katon o se o katon we board na o katon de sisi yari aba. me or my new Madintino, that some Montana, Yamakuya, because or man is an escapmaster. You know, Montana, Libya Kuya, Yadibamamo. Oh, more kind of meet your uncle now. What better I see? But why at the Mwala, Mubotumaya, into Mumma, why you talk of one fire over young people who let the man walk.
All right.
Thank you.
Medals and the pay self for an D and come on. Ebe final call and afi ya sorry so and the pay. Mse Raymond only abonye be final interview and Sunday ya sorry so. Na ya sorry so. O send me the memo is interview no. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Pacho dini be biya free.
Pacho I from me Kobna Mkesefi Takradi.
Kobna yanko sharp.
I Pacho na nkomo udi na pere meeting wa pa part onu program no nice pa.
Yeah, I see.
Na mpacho Demra na oreka no ya. Hello.
Meeting o.
Yeah.
Aisha better. Aisha ama nkomo no waye bi mo ti bi but medo ase and I pay the agent na enye din komo we and for a split second the young fans me ya bronya near raising my about show you so as host now mame interview star no Abronya is on the line.
Open your Abronya me makwa about to do so no pay.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
Abronya nsem bia sisi yesi kuku nsem bi na baby ote no odwe ho sen.
Oh, o man yo meso mugu o man no. O meso mo shi o man no.
Na hwan mo no.
Sa on go for no.
Na Abrante baka na ya chi.
Yanom no.
Abrante baka ya chi no unim no.
Omonji na boso.
No, but I mean on a more serious note. Abrante na friend Abronya no. Why go school pa? No, he's very learned. Like my patch say, okay, say I want to make us be a learner because we are go school. Yeah. But Oshane, so I mean, the NPP Bono regional chairman holds a postgraduate in international relations and diplomacy, a Bachelor of Law degree, a professional certificate in criminal and intelligence gathering, masters in energy economics, and a degree in marketing. Yeah, Abronya revealed he's pursuing another master's program at Coventry University in the United Kingdom. It's I mean,
but when you say I yenya bako even saying that Taiwan ni yonko.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, ni yonko pa no.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yonko pa.
No, because ni all transit ni there. I would have thought say ebia.
Na aye. We first you am me.
Pocket chairman. But I didn't know pocket chairman I say.
Yeah, eventually ya me for chair. Na
for Abronya star ni sign out.
Any first sign off.
Don't know to tree on the best I did.
Sound na here host no.
Ochedi amponyankopon ma ochina. Na me adoma, the sanso be hia, na ye dwudwam. Awo tumi de no so, ochina.
Enu ya Abronya host.
Wa mo je Yehowa ngo.